Hello and welcome. This is Gray Hughes of Gray Hughes Investigates on YouTube. This channel evaluates all aspects of true crime. As you are aware, videos and live streams in this genre often discuss elements of crime that may be disturbing to some viewers. If necessary, take the precautions needed to avoid these feelings. Factual information related to cases is the key to fostering rational true crime discussions. Fortunately, you will find that here. Please hit the like button only once, share the video, and subscribe if you like my content. Thank you very much for watching.
Huh? It's a house!
You know, that's just one step above stupid. 5 brain cells, 4 aren't working.
What's going on, freaks? Yeah, I just kind of took off yesterday. I was just like, I don't know, needed a break. It was so depressing the day before, where I worked 9 hours, and the day was like one of the lower normal days of the month. So it was like, wow, if I come on for 3, what's gonna happen? Who the hell knows? And of course, yeah, you always miss it, yeah, every time. I don't know how you'd miss it, because it's, you know, you just have to watch the beginning of a show and there it is. Alright, well, we got update in just sort of more information on Michael McKee, and then we have a Native American girl that was found dead, and then we also have hold on a second, I'm in the wrong folder. And then Isabella Comas, that's kind of an interesting one, and Maleeka Boone is the girl on the reservation. But hey guys, if there's any chance you guys could help support the channel tonight, I don't like that feeling that I had the other day. That was just like, eesh, really yucky. So if you guys have the ability to, I'd appreciate it. You guys you're all I have over here. There's no ad revenue, there's nothing. Alright, let's see. Go to the... I was hoping we wouldn't be at the 00000 like we have been lately right out the chute after that day. Alright, here is the information on Tepe, or the, you know, in the Tepe case. Yes, this is about Michael McKee here. It's on Fox News. It said, in the 8 years between his divorce and his arrest, Michael McKee built a medical career that spanned 4 states. Even as the woman he is now accused of killing built a new life and family in Ohio. McKee, 39 years old, vascular surgeon, was indicted Friday on 4 counts of aggravated murder, each with firearm specifications according to an indictment filed in Franklin County Common Pleas Court. 3 of the aggravated murder counts include specifications alleging the use or display of automatic firearm or silencer, while the 4th alleges a firearm was displayed or brandished. McKee is also charged with 1 count of aggravated burglary, a first-degree felony. We already know that. Hey, thanks. I'm Mom, not Bro. You know, one thing I hate was when women type in, "Bro, listen." It's like, just, you know, don't. You're trying too hard, okay? You don't need to type in "bro" or "dude." You know, you hear like a woman go, "Dude, listen." Those are kind of, those aren't really crossover terms. You know what I mean? Not bro. Yeah. Let's see. Authorities allege McKee shot and killed his ex-wife Monique Tepe and her husband Spencer, 37, at their home in Columbus, a Wineland Park neighborhood between 2 a.m. and 5 a.m. Well, they actually have a specific time. I think it was 3:52. McKee was arrested in Illinois on January 10th and is being held at the Winnebago County Jail in Rockford. According to USA Today, the divorce case between McKee and his ex-wife Monique, was mistakenly revived just months before McKee allegedly murdered the couple. Yeah, so who cares? I mean, when people go, "Yeah, it was a mistake," and it's still probably notified Michael McKee, right? So all of a sudden, I mean, I can just tell you, Michael McKee, you know, when you read all these other things, let's go through the rest of it. Divorce records obtained by Fox News Digital show that McKee and Monique got married in August of 2022. August 22 of 2015, and separated by March 2016. That's McKee. So they were, I mean, literally like living together for 7 months, and then they already were separated. According to the initial divorce complaint filed by Monique, she and McKee were incompatible by March. Let's see, they're incompatible by March 2016. Monique and McKee were living separately. Differences have arisen between the couple, and they are now living separate and apart from each other, according to the complaint. Monique and McKee kept most of their personal assets, including bank accounts, and split personal property to their mutual satisfaction. The pair had no children together, and their divorce was finalized in Franklin County Domestic Relations Court. And then Monique Tepe married her new husband in December of 2020, which, you know, isn't really new now. It's it's 5 years ago. And then there's a timeline of McKee's work history. It's 2005, he was an undergraduate student at Ohio State University, 2005 to 2009. And then 2009 to 2014, he studied to earn his medical degree at Ohio State University. And then 2014 to 2015, general surgery internship at Ohio State University, Wexner Medical Center in Columbus. Then let's see, that's 2015 to 2020 at Virginia Tech, Carolian Clinic, Roanoke, Virginia. He was there from 2015 to 20. So this is pretty much during the entire time. You know, it's interesting. Like, he's at that one school from exactly around the time he got married to Monique, and all the way up until the time where Monique marries somebody else. And then 2020 to 2022, he's a vascular surgery fellowship at University of Maryland Medical Center in Baltimore. And then 2022 to 2025 was licensed in several states, California, Nevada, Illinois. From 2023 to 2024, he worked as a vascular surgeon at Las Vegas Surgical Associates. But hey guys, if you're out there, if you could please help support the channel tonight. We didn't do a show yesterday, just needed a break. And today we're starting off really slow again, so if you guys have the ability, we're not even, close to a goal or anything like that. We're like 1/70th the way. So if you have the ability to, that would be great. I just want to have a show where I don't have to ask 1,400 times to make the goal, because you guys all are already aware of what we do on this channel. You know, it keeps me alive on the channel, but we also donate thousands of dollars each month to various true crime related charities, and that only happens when people are supporting the channel. All right, so if you have the ability to, that would be great. Thanks. Let's see, 2022 to 2025 was licensed in several states, including California, Nevada, Illinois. From 2023 to 2024, he worked as a vascular surgeon at Las Vegas Surgical Associates. 2025 to 2026, vascular surgeon at OSF St. Anthony Medical Center in Rockford, Illinois. And then down here it says, following McKee's arrest, family members have said that Monique's ex-husband was a monster and was abusive. Rob Misla, Spencer's brother-in-law, told NBC News that their family quickly believed that McKee was involved in their death. He was an emotionally abusive person when they were together. That is all I know. Court filings reviewed by Fox News Digital show that McKee was facing several allegations of medical malpractice and negligence in the months prior to being charged in the deaths of the Ohio couple. Federal court records reveal that McKee was named as a defendant in a civil rights, I wonder what that is, civil rights and medical negligence lawsuits. Probably a minority, and they feel like their service wasn't very good because they were a minority. That's what I would imagine. In U.S. District Court for the District of Nevada, in a separate matter, state court records in Clark County show that McKee is also the primary defendant in an active medical malpractice lawsuit slated for a jury trial. You know, the thing is doctors get sued all the time. According to the Las Vegas-based lawyer Dan Laird, McKee managed to evade legal justice before he allegedly killed the Teppies. I'm not sure what this next sentence. They tend to be highly responsible people. Whatever that means. Who? Yeah, so when you look at all this stuff, you got a guy that has lawsuits, he's being sued, the accidental divorce court sort of opening it back up again in 2025. He probably got a notification of that. You know, again, I'm going back to the original. You know, he's looking at Monique and Spencer having the life that he wanted to have, and his whole life is crumbling down, and he isn't able to, you know, he's just not able to have that life anymore, you know, and he looks forward, you know, he sees them absolutely loving each other, and he doesn't have that, and now he's being sued, everything's crumbling down, there's probably multiple sort of triggers for this, stressors, whatever you want to call it, and then he just went over and killed him. I don't even think he really thought he wasn't going to get caught. You know, that's the thing about it. And we need somebody to try to do a challenge or something in there, you guys. We're having another one of these nights. I mean, you would think after I took a break, a night off, we'd come back and it'd be a little bit better, but it's not doing that. Right. I don't know. I just think it means I don't think he was on the run. They knew where he was for the managed to evade legal justice. It just means he evaded it. Yeah, it just means it hadn't happened yet. Don't read too much into the word evade here. You know. Anyways, I just think that all of those things, including the mistake, were stressors that probably got, he was always a little bit, obsessed with her, obviously, asking every time, but he knew that she was already married, but then things started really affecting him at the end, and then he decided to kill. Mm-hmm. All right. It's weird. It's like yesterday. I mean, here's what the reality is, you guys. When I do these shows, you guys are the only way that there's income coming in are the super chats and the gifted memberships, etc. And I hate asking so much that it's actually causing an incredible dislike for even coming on anymore. Like I know you guys don't really give a shit, it doesn't matter. You can go watch somebody else, whatever. But I'm just telling you, it's just having to ask over and over again. It's terrible. It feels shitty, and I don't like doing it. And I wish people would just support the channel without me asking and talking about it. And I just absolutely loathe it. Yesterday when I didn't do the show, I was the happiest I've been in a long time. I just sat there, watched the Blazer game, and just enjoyed it, knowing I wasn't going to have to come on and ask a million times. I've already asked 4 times on the show, and we had one person even, and it's not doable, you guys. I can't get the views on the videos because I won't sell my soul and do conspiracy theory videos on every case. The live streams, I have to sit here and ask, and it's so, it's almost kind of humiliating. I don't like the feeling, and I don't know what else to tell you guys. Like when I'm doing the show, I need your guys' support when I'm doing the show, but it's so just, look at tonight, Like, started out the show, somebody sent in 5, and then I said, hey, guys, I need you guys' support when we do these shows 3 times. And not one soul gave a damn that I said that. You know what I mean? And that's the part that I don't think it could be more depressing. And I like doing true crime and everything like that, but, I like all day today, I was looking up different cases, old ones and stuff. But the weird part is I was sitting around thinking, man, this is cool, but nobody would want to watch any of this stuff. And then I'm going to have to get on the show again and ask over and over and over again just to try to make it on that show. You get it? It's crazy. It's unbelievable. It's the shittiest feeling, and I shouldn't be one of the channels that has to give a damn. My shows, I put out the factual information, we work through cases, we get the correct, we're right almost on every single case that we work on and do. And other channels, they don't give a shit about that. They just throw out bullshit, get everybody excited, and everybody supports them, and I sit here just wondering, So I'll just ask again, if you guys could please help support the channel tonight so I don't have to ask 17,000 times and have that feeling. I just need it to be smooth on the shows, okay? I don't know what to tell you. My channel's the only one in the YouTube community true crime that donates thousands and thousands of dollars out of the income that comes in, whether it's ad revenue, when there's big cases where I make good ad revenue, etc., My channel's donated $275,000 in 6 years. All right, and we only can do that if you guys are helping support the channel. If you're not, then we're not doing that anymore, and I won't be able to have a channel because I need to actually have the income to survive as a channel too. All right? And I feel like I just kind of have to keep saying this stuff, and I don't want to. I just want to do the cases and have it be smooth, but it just, you know, just isn't. So I don't know what to do. Right. That's what I'm telling you. Yeah, so I'm just reading this other comment. It doesn't feel like it. Because, like, even when people send in $1 or $2 or whatever, it all makes a difference. But when people can't even, you know, do like $1 where it's a Snickers bar, that's when you realize, yeah, people just aren't into it, you know? Like, it's frustrating. All right. And it was true. Like yesterday, it was so comfortable. And see how even after this whole conversation, not one soul, you know what I mean? Very frustrating. I'm just trying to tell you, it's the only thing. I don't know what else to say, man. All right, so I guess there was this other case, Maleeka Boone out there. I hadn't heard of it until it just randomly popped up on something. It says right here, a young girl who went missing from a Navajo nation in northern Arizona was found dead. I guess she was missing for a while. Announced on Friday. The FBI announced. So the thing is, the FBI is involved in it, so it must be something a little bigger than her just, like, accidentally dying somewhere. No, there wasn't a show yesterday. That's what I'm talking about. Search efforts were focused in the Coal Mine Canyon area. They involved tribal law enforcement agencies. Let's see where that is. The Coal Mine Canyon. I know. You always seem so confused, Sandy. I don't really know where you came out. We'd already gone through all this. Coal Mine Canyon. There we go. Is there any, like, anything? Man, look at this. Just nothing. Yeah, so I guess that's the area. It's pretty, it's not even mountains. It actually is like a water area where it used to, I don't know, like really old. Interesting. Let's see. The Navajo Police Department first announced that the search for 8-year-old Maleeka Molly Boone had come to an end in Coal Mine. Let's see what that says. It looks like there's a link. Okay, right here. A turquoise alert has been issued for Navajo County. The Navajo Police Department is looking for 8-year-old Maleeka. This is the 15th. A Native American female, 4 feet 5 inches tall, 50 pounds, with brown eyes and long brown hair with French braids on both sides. Maleeka was last seen at 1800 hours on 1/15/2026 on foot on Cedar Loop in the, on foot in Cedar Loop. Let's see where that is. Is that it? It's Cedar Loop, right? In the coal mine housing area. I don't know if they, I don't think that's really a housing area. It's weird. I wonder if there's like right in this area here. Oh yeah, Tuba City. I think that might be it. Okay, so this is Cedar Avenue right there. Let's see, 50 pounds. Malik was last seen at 6 p.m. on foot on Cedar Loop in the coal mine NHA housing area in Coal Mine, Arizona. She is believed to be wearing red jacket, blue jeans, and cowboy boots. She has not been seen or heard from since her family is concerned for her welfare, since it's out of character for her to be gone for an extended period of time. If you've seen Maleeka, please contact the Navajo Police Department. And the thing is, obviously now, that was that original post, but her body's been found. Let's see, so search efforts were focused in the Coal Mine Canyon area. They involved tribal law enforcement agencies, the Arizona Department of Public Safety, the U.S. Marshal Service, the FBI, the Flagstaff Police Department, and Coconino County Sheriff's Office. Navajo police added that the coal mine area will be on lockdown until further notice, and that the residents are asked to remain in their homes during the investigation. The FBI has also set up a command station, so that means there's something bigger than just, oh, we found her, she wandered off and died. They have a command. That means it's there's something regarding her body that says it's something else. Boone was last seen playing around 6 p.m. on Thursday near Cedar Loop in the coal mine NHA housing area. Is that actually... what if I type that in? I think it just means like the Navajo. Oh, maybe it's over here. Is there? Let's look at these. Coal Mine Canyon. That's weird. I wonder if this is the area they're talking about. I just don't need to see the Cedar Loop. That other town's right there, though, that had that name. There's no names in here, though. Yeah, we'll take somebody to get started, Lisa. We got to see if we can do it. Right. All right. Yeah. It is a massive lull. It is a massive lull, whoever typed that in up there. I need your guys' support, you guys, to keep the show going. Please help support the channel if you can. Anyone with information to call, well, it's already, well, I guess if you have information on it, 1-800-CALL-FBI. The missing person is under the age of 60. When you do a turquoise, if they're under the age of 65, the turquoise alert. Missing person report is used all available local resources. The person has gone missing under unexplained or suspicious circumstances. A law enforcement agency has to determine that the person is not a runaway. So they must have a different reason. They must think that she was abducted or something. Believe that the missing person is in danger, is in the company of a potentially dangerous person, or that there are other factors indicating the missing person may be in peril. There is information that, if disseminated to the public, could assist in the safe recovery of the missing person. I don't know. I don't think, I was just looking to see if there's anything else. I mean, these are all numbered streets, so I don't know if this is what they were talking about, but it sort of feels like maybe. But that other town is right there. But this has an actual name, this town here. So, I don't know. This is Tuba City. It's very close, you know, it's just right over there. Don't know. Yeah, we need people to gift channel memberships and, you know, try to get the ball rolling here. Thanks, Bad Juju. Missing girl 8 found dead after turquoise alert was issued in Arizona. Welcome, Sky Blue, and thanks, Linda Howe. The Navajo Police Department in Arizona announced on January 16th that the search for 8-year-old Maleeka Boone has ended after she was found dead. Boone was last seen on January 15th in Cedar Loop in the coal mine NHA housing area in Arizona, and a turquoise alert was issued after she was reported missing. Police said it has launched an investigation with the FBI and other agencies. The search for a missing 8-year-old girl in Arizona has come to a tragic end. The Navajo Police Department announced on Facebook on Friday that 8-year-old Maleeka Boone was, who was reported missing the day before she had been found. She has been found dead. So she was mentioned the day before as missing, and then the next day found. The MPD said it has launched a joint investigation with the FBI and the Navajo Department of Criminal Investigation into Boone's disappearance and death. The MPD did not give further information, including where Boone's body was found and her manner of death. Boone was last seen on Thursday, January 15th, around 6 p.m. local time, on foot on Cedar Loop in the coal mine NHA housing area in Coal Mine. The other one was in a different town, but that other town doesn't have Cedar Loop. So I don't know what to make of that. She has not been seen or heard from since MPD said at the time the family was concerned for her welfare since it's out of character for her to be gone for an extended period of time. Hey, thanks Timothy Cecil. We're not just you, and we're at $12, Timothy Cecil, if you're counting. I mean, I was just after 15 or 20 minutes, I was talking to everybody about it a few minutes ago. Yeah, so she has not been seen or heard from. The family was concerned for her welfare since it's out of character for her to be gone for an extended period of time. Following her disappearance, authorities sent out a turquoise alert, which is a rapid public notification system in Arizona for missing or endangered individuals under 65. Including tribal members to aid their safe recovery. In the turquoise alert, Boone was described as a Native American female, 4 feet 5, 50 pounds, with brown eyes and long brown hair with French braids on both sides. Authorities noted that she was last seen wearing red jacket, blue jeans, and cowboy boots. Hey, thanks so much, Violet, for gifting a membership. We had Linda Howe, as in Linda Molden Howe, of the Cattle Mutilations and Crop Circles. Then we had Sky Blue Eyes up there, and then Bad Juju, and Violet. Let's see. Authorities, including the Arizona Department of Public Safety, U.S. Marshals, etc., searched for Boone on Friday. Volunteers in the coal mine community also executed their own search with a briefing and team assignment. After Boone was found dead, authorities announced that the coal mine area would be on lockdown until further notice. They noted that residents were asked to remain within their home area as law enforcement conducted further investigation. Yeah, so, I mean, does anybody think that was just, it's just, oh, she wandered off and fell into, there's no way with all this extra stuff they're doing that that's what happened. So they might be thinking there's a predator on the loose, and maybe perhaps it even matches somebody else, another incident. Now, the FBI has set up a command station in coal mine, and a search continues for any information. Details of when Maleeka Boone was last seen from her family and community members are still under investigation. All right, so I got that, and then also, I think Daily Mail usually does a good breakdown of. Hey, we got a challenge, you guys, by Bella Marie, which means if you gift a membership, we just need 5 gifted memberships, and then she'll donate 5 herself. So it would be 2 for 1 on your part. So that'd be good. Let's see if we can do it. And thanks, Bella Marie. An 8-year-old indigenous girl has been found dead on an Arizona reservation just a day after she vanished while playing outside. Oh yeah, hey, by the way, there's Marty's Bar and Grill. He sent me some whiskey. I haven't even opened it. I'm waiting for like the right time. It looks really good, though, I can tell you. So thanks, Marty. So there's one. We need 4 more of those. Maleeka Boone 8 disappeared Thursday evening and was last seen playing near Cedar Loop in the coal mine NHA housing area of the Navajo Nation. On Friday, the Navajo Police Department announced that Boone had been found dead following an extensive multi-agency search. While details surrounding her death remain unclear, Navajo Police, the FBI, and the Navajo Department of Criminal Investigation have launched a joint investigation. To learn that this search has ended in loss is a pain beyond words, Navajo Nation President Boo Win said. Or I guess maybe that's not Win. That's Boo. I don't know how to say that last name there. A loss of a child is one of the most painful tragedies a family and nation can endure. As a father, the tragedy weighs heavily on my heart. Hey, thanks, Shelley Pink. A turquoise alert was issued for Boone just before 5 a.m. on Thursday. The alert system is designed to help locate missing people believed to be in danger, including members of the indigenous community. Family members reported her missing after she failed to return home, something her loved ones said was out of character. So that's her right there. Maleeka Boone 8 was found dead on the Arizona Native American. I mean, that just suck. You know, somebody kills a little kid like that. Freaking monsters. Hey, thank you very much. What is that? SK Duncan. And then Sky Blue. And man, we didn't get it. We need one more gifted channel membership by Bella Marie. Or by anybody, so that she'll match that. And at least get us to a third of the goal or something like that. That would be good. Hey, thanks, Shelley Pink. And by the way, see, there's people that are like, "Oh, I don't get it, man. I go to these other channels." I know. Well, here's the thing, you guys. This is what my channel has done. And in 2020, during the pandemic, I'm just going to explain it really quick. We donated $22,000 just out of the income that came in, just donating to various true crime related charities. Then 2021, the channel did $42,500, which is amazing. I mean, I remember just thinking, man. Then the next year we did $62,000 because there was these huge cases with ad revenue and all this stuff. And then 2023 was $57,000. 2024, $49,000. And I think, oh yeah, I think I wiped out my number, but last year was 46 something. I'll have to go back and look. I think this is the same. It's like a duplicate of this one. So when I changed that, it automatically changed that one. But it was 46,000 last year. We're at 500 this year so far. All right, and so I have a channel. People support my channel, and when we're not getting support for the channel and there's no ad revenue coming in, we're not really able to do anything at all. But just because I do shows every day and everybody's supporting the channel, we've already donated 500 this month. I think it was to RAIN, which is Violence Against Women. I think that's who it was. And thanks, Bella Marie and Lisa Valenzuela. All right, so that's why I get frustrated, because I know what it takes each night, every day. We've been doing the same thing for almost 6 years, and it's just really, really frustrating, demoralizing, etc. And, especially when you watch other channels that have conspiracy only, getting everybody all hyped up and amped up and it looks like a slot machine in there. And I just can't do that. I think I'd be, I wouldn't be able to go home and look at myself in the face if I thought I was putting out false information intentionally just to get likes, views, and subs. All right, so there you go. All right, back to this. The search carried on Friday morning with coal mine community volunteers gathering at the coal mine chapter house. So let's see. Is that, maybe that'll help us figure out where this coal mine chapter house. Okay, so it is in this other town. That's exactly right. Okay, it's here. This is, so here's, that's the coal mine chapter house. Wow. Is that really? Yep, coal mine chapter house. I guess it was a temporary government office. We'll just put a pin there. And by the way, we also have a, we've given over 30,000 to Texas EquiSearch, over 30,000 to NCMEC, which is National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, over 30,000 to RAIN, Violence Against Women. We have over 100,000 we've put into a DNA fund for identifying Jane and John Does, and we have a scholarship fund, which is kind of the coolest thing that we have. Hey, look at that. Lisa Valenzuela coming in with another challenge. Look at that. Challenge 5 memberships, and she'll donate $25 in the coffee fund, which is the same equivalent dollar amount. It just doesn't take as much. Well, that'd be cool. Thanks, Lisa. Let's see. So, but we have, if you're new here, we have a scholarship fund. All right. We have a scholarship fund that has been... Hey, thank you, Marty and Bella Marie. Yeah, you can use... I can count. So that'd be 2, Bella Marie. We have... we've had freaks, we call ourselves the freaks over here. And we've had a few of them pass away over the years. And Jen H was one a moderator, and she was so cool. I mean, she was just one of the nicest people ever. And she died, and it was just so shitty. She had cancer, and she fought so hard, she wanted to live really bad. And I remember I actually talked to her like a week before she died on the phone as I was driving to Delphi to be in that documentary, and she just, just remembering the conversation, it just sucked. I was glad to be able to talk to her, but so we started a scholarship fund in honor of the fallen freaks. So anybody that's been a freak on the channel, even if you're not a channel member or anything like that, but you've been here all the time and you consider yourself one of the freaks, we did a scholarship fund in the criminal justice world. So we've already, we're on our 3rd one, so we've done 6,000. The first year we did 2 $3,000 scholarships. The second year we did 3 $2,000 scholarships, and then the 3rd year, there's right now, Zozo and some others are reviewing those, and that's all funded. And then we've already got 4,500 into the 4th one, so that'd be 24,000 scholarships we've given out once we get to that. So hopefully you guys feel like that's worthy. Hey, thanks, Marty's Bar and Grill. I think we got up to 3 up there. Yeah, well, she sent me a picture, Richard Watts. Remember? I even showed it on the show. She said, yeah, show the picture. It was Jen H with her hair gone, and, she still was pretty anyways. It didn't make any difference. Yeah, we have them do videos now. They used to write these long essays, but you could tell AI was in there. So when you haven't, if you do it video, that means the person literally, I know you can do AI videos, whatever, but I'm just saying, you know, I think you're getting more possibility of a genuine reply. And they tell their story. Yeah, so anyways, you know, I'm very appreciative of all the freaks who's been supporting the channel over the years. It just, man, I don't know. Like I was just telling you earlier, lately, just having to ask so many times has just really put a huge burden on my soul. It's just, you know, not only that, the troll dipshits out there, they always say, oh, look at Gray, look at he's e-begging and stuff. You know, I don't know what you want to, you can call it whatever the hell you want to call it. I'm just asking for support when I'm asking so I can keep the channel going. Right now, there doesn't seem to be, you know, even when I cover a case and I'm doing well, the other suckers come in and take over the case and, oh, the bigger networks and the people and everybody, and they run over there and then you lose it. All right? So I'm just kind of waiting for, you know, who knows when the next case, there's so many cases out there that'll come by that I can utilize most of my skills in. Currently, it's hard. Hey, thanks, Marty's Bar and Grill. Yeah. Looking forward to trying that out at one of these days, man. It's going to be good. Hey, thanks, Violet. All right. So down here, it's... No, I don't feel like it's a waste of time. I just can't do... You know, it's like I'd rather work on something else. Like, I don't think any of the YouTubers out there, the people that have like 5,000 people watching or 1,000, they don't have to worry about it because there is ad revenue, significant ad revenue when you have 1,000 people watching a live stream, you know. But when I do live streams, I get maybe 200, you know, 300, sometimes 500, you know, but it's just almost insignificant. So... I think you know, there's just times I just feel a certain way, you know. I just don't feel good, you know. Especially when the trolls, that's all they talk about. You know, they think I force people, and I don't. I just say, hey, you know, if you can afford it, that would be great. If you can't, then I understand. You know, but... That just is what it is. Yeah, Nick Reiner is so boring, though, to me. I don't even understand. What is the... Can I ask you guys something? We'll get back to this in a minute. What is the intrigue with the Nick Reiner case? Just because they're famous people? I mean, imagine if that wasn't, you know, Rob Reiner. What would be interesting about it? Nothing. It's just, yeah, psycho... son who had bipolar, whatever, went in and killed his parents, and it's tragedy, and you know, you sort of move on to the next case. But it's because it's you know, they're famous. All of a sudden, it's really. Tell me what the intrigue is. Anybody out there? Does anybody have the intrigue of that case? Yeah, it's like the son of Rob Reiner. You remember the actor, producer, director? He was on, you know, the... what the hell's the name of that show? A show that would never be on today. You know what the name of the show is, Marty. What is it? Jeez. He was on a TV show. He was an actor. He was a son of... Archie? No, wait. Not Archie. What am I thinking? Yeah, All in the Family. That's weird. That was in my head, but I thought that was wrong when I thought of All in the Family. Okay. Archie, that's the dad, right? Archie! Yeah, there was some news that he was smiling in court. Okay, yeah, big deal, though. He's bipolar, you know? Or he's got schizophrenia, whatever the hell it is. It's just... Yeah, Archie Bunker. Yeah, Meathead. There you go. Yeah, there's no way that show would ever be on TV currently, right? You guys all admit that, right? I've never had 3000, Elena. I've never had 3000. I mean, I've had it just on a miraculous breaking news something for 10 minutes, you know. I know, there were so many people that got free memberships. You know, you'd hope they would watch, but... Yeah, he did This Is Spinal Tap. I love that movie. But, yeah, so... Right now, we've made it to about 35% of the goal, so that's pretty cool. Maybe 40, so... Yeah, well, he's done a lot of movies. We don't need to go through them all, right? All right, I'm going to go back to this. This is just, let's see, the search carried on Friday morning with coal mine community volunteers gathering at that's where we were, at the coal mine chapter house. Just hours later, the FBI called off the search as news came that Boone's body had been found and identified in the coal mine area. Let me try this again. Coal mine, Arizona. Yeah, see, it's like this. It's over here. Oh, so that's coal mine. So this is coal mine right here. Okay, so that was a temporary... I don't know. Yeah, it just feels like this might be that housing area that they were talking about. Well, I'll just put a pin there. The only problem is the other town had that name. Okay, to preserve the integrity and capabilities of the investigation, the FBI does not share details of ongoing process, the FBI wrote in a statement to the Navajo Times. Officials said law enforcement will remain in coal mine during the investigation, with the FBI setting up a command station as they seek more information about her death, according to the department press release. The Navajo Police Department also announced that the area will remain on lockdown until further notice and urged residents to remain inside their homes. Hey, did they reach your goal, Lisa? I didn't even notice. Oh, they did. Thanks. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks for the coffees. The Navajo Police Department also announced that the area will remain on lockdown until further notice. It's just the past few weeks our nation has endured tremendous pain. A few weeks, huh? What else has gone on there? I wonder if we can find that little spot right there. There's almost nothing. I wonder if it's right there. Like that. I'm just wondering. Is there Street View right there? Oh my God, there is. Let's see. There's a stop sign there. But I don't see the telephone poles on the other side. And the fence. Although this is... Looks just like that, though. Let's try that one. Oh, hey, you guys see that? Look at Marty there. Marty says he'll double subscriptions for the next 10 minutes. So anybody, if you send in 1, he'll do 2. So that means if people send in 10, he'll do 20. That'll get us right close to the goal if we can get like, I don't know, see if we can get 20 in 10 minutes. Get 100! No, I'm just kidding. There's no stop sign on that one. Hey, thanks, Bruce Holdaway. I mean, that means if you send in 5, Bruce will do 10. Okay? So it'll be like a 3 for 1. I mean, not Bruce, Marty. I was looking at Bruce, just did 1. We got 1, 2. Hell, maybe it's almost worth it for me to donate some. I don't like doing it, though, because it feels weird. I mean, why wouldn't I donate 1,000? It's a great opportunity, guys. Hey, there we go. We got Bruce, we got Monica, we got Tina G. I'm trying to see if I can find that road that they marked. That seems like that's the only one that looks like that. Was the one I was already at, right there. No. Yeah, it just doesn't. There's no fences or anything on the back there. There was a stop sign there, but that stop sign also looks like it's back quite a bit. Yeah, well, we need you guys to, put some, what do we got? 5, 6, 7, 8. So, yeah, I don't know how many more minutes we have left, but thanks. Thank you very much there, Bella Marie. And thanks, Marty, for doing it. I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's like we just wouldn't have made it, but Marty and others show up. I mean, everybody is helping, that's doing it. Hey, thanks, KMTX. Oh, wait, maybe it's right over on one of these. Oh, they're probably... Oh, yeah, this whole town even has... that might actually get us to generally where maybe she was found, if we can find where that stop sign is. Because they actually drove all the way through here. Thanks, Bad Juju. Yeah, it's not there. Maybe that one. Let's just randomly, right on the edge there. Is there a stop sign? Doesn't look like it. And that doesn't look right either out there. Huh. I don't know where that part is. The search carried on Friday morning until the FBI called it off. Hey, great opportunity, you guys. We've got a 2-for-1er. Got 5 minutes left. So if we can get another, whatever many somebody does, he'll do 2 for year 1. So it's not just a matching. Last time I didn't get it. I didn't know what he was saying. Let's see. On your original name. Yeah, I know. I like the way they had it before. Hey, thanks, Sandy Shirley. Very cool, very cool. Wish I could just... I don't know where this is right here. Boone's body had been found and identified in the coal mine area. And there's not a lot of streets out there. Hey, thanks. Eagles, Stars, and Stripes. All right. Oh, my stomach just went. So is this, if this is that area, coal mine, there isn't a stop sign there, is there? No. And coal mine's way up there. I mean, in that area, so. Hey, not much this account. How's it been going? I haven't seen you in a long time. Oh, creepy. What is this? So there is a road here. Let's check this one out. No stop sign though. The only one that had that stop sign was the one in town. It was right there. But that didn't... I think it was like that though, right? Let's check this one out. Yeah, this one actually looks pretty promising. Hold on. Turn around. Oh, that's the same one, right? Yeah, there's no telephone poles over there either. See? On that, there's a stop sign and then the vehicles. Two minutes, you got, or 1 minute 30 to go, you guys. I'm not gonna put my own in there. That's kind of lame. But you got a 2-for-1 matching opportunity by Marty's Bar and Grill. What do we have? How many do we have here anyways? 1, 2, 3, 8. And then 9, 10, 11, 15. 15. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ah, God. Man, you guys. Those are the times where it's like, man, if everybody would just do right then, we'd really... Because of Marty's generosity, could really make a difference. I don't know if you got that one in time there, this account, but I don't know. But thank you. Yeah, we were doing, it was a 2-for-1 match thing where if you did, 20, Marty would do 40, you know? From downtown. Thanks, this account. Oh, yeah, 54321 from downtown. Hey, thanks, Marty's Bar and Grill. Marty also sent me a bottle of some good single, I don't know if you call it malt or whatever it is, whiskey or something. Looks like it's going to be pretty good. I have it hidden. Hey, thanks, Marty. Very cool. I'm not gonna. I mean, I could show it if you. I don't know. Can you do that on YouTube? I don't know how that works. So how many did we get? I don't even know how many matching we had. 16, 15? And thanks, Marty. That made a big difference. Mm-hmm. Okay, let me just dig around and try to find this spot. It's a main street with another main street coming off of it. And if that's the town of Coal Mine. So you come off of this. Yeah, that's not going to be it. Oh, we got the Troll Centrals in here. Yeah. Huh. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where that street is. They're supposed to be out here somewhere. This is that town of Coal Mine right here. And then there's a stop sign. Well, wait, let me just see if it's one of these. Like right in town here. Huh. Well, that's interesting. I mean, that easily could be it there, because it's back far enough. And then there is kind of these little hills. I don't know if you could see that one thing. Could just be off to the left because of the way the camera angle is. It's like that. Let's see. I think that's it, actually. Oh, I'm very certain, not positive, but Yeah, so they were just right here in the town. So what were they doing then? Why are they blocking off that spot? They're not letting... Oh, that's right. They're not letting people leave. Although this is different. This road comes in. So why are they blocking that off? I don't know. Hey, thanks, Marty. Sorry we get these trolls in there, but I always try to make... They're always trying to affect the channel and how people want to support it. Yeah, we have a lot of people that are really generous. But the thing is everybody combined, if we just did, like, if people will just be like on a night where there isn't, if every single person did like $2 or something, we'd make the goal too. It just doesn't, people just don't do that. I know you're not required to do anything, and nobody's required to on YouTube, but just is what it is. I guess I could bring it in and show you the bottle. Let me go get it. All right, there it is. Here we go. Here it is, right there. The Red Breast Single Pot Still Irish Whiskey. 12-year-old. That's pretty cool. Pretty awesome, huh? Yeah, it does look pretty good. He says it's the best one he's ever had. I wonder if he got disconnected. Alright. Well, maybe I'll do my own challenge then. If you guys do 5, I'll donate 5 myself. Alright? So we just need 5 more channel memberships, then I'll donate 5, and, you know, whatever after that is gravy, I guess. Yeah, it looks pretty good, doesn't it? He says it's the best one he's ever had. I believe him, since he owned a bar. Let me turn off my notifications. I sent him a dumb picture of me holding it. Thank you, Monica. There we go. There's one. We need 4 more of those, and I'll donate 5. But I think that's where what we're looking at is just the law enforcement's right here, probably keeping like they're blocking the road from anybody leaving this area. I think that's exactly what they're doing, and I think it's right there. Okay. And then I think this case is going to be one where there's something that happened to her that's a huge, way bigger than just saying, oh, a kid died. I mean, you have an FBI command center. That means that the way she was found is unusual. And I think it's probably, I don't know, it's weird. Having the FBI come in on something like that. I wonder if they're wondering if it's like a predator that's out there. All right. So that's where this one is. Now we'll keep following it as they do updates. There really isn't a ton. One of the things that's really difficult, like you have a lot of Native American people that complain that there isn't a very good coverage of indigenous people. However, it's not the fault of us. It's the fault of the reservations who really clam up and don't say anything about what's going on in any of the cases that they're doing. So it doesn't allow people like us to do anything. Okay, this one seems to have leapt outside of it because the FBI and others are involved in it. But that's a reality. I remember trying to cover a few. I've donated to them, but what's interesting is that they're kind of creating the problem on the reservation by not being open. They don't do the press conferences. They don't do the, you just don't hear about it. I mean, I'd love to cover more of those. It's crazy. The indigenous people are almost treated by the killers out there like sex workers for some reason. They go, nobody's going to... And I think they probably know that they don't cover the cases aren't put out into the media in those areas, right? What are you referring to, Marty? All right, we need 3 more, you guys, and then I'll donate 5 myself. It's taboo to talk about death on Navajo reservation. Well, it doesn't matter what type. It's all reservations. They don't share information. It sucks, And there's a huge, a lot of missing indigenous people out there. And there's really no information to go on to even tell the story. They're just missing. It's like, hey, there's a missing person. Okay, bye. That's how they really don't share anything. We've had a few cases that they have, and we've gone over those. Are you guys like way behind me or something? Seems like we're having trouble having a dialogue. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, like serial killers pick sex workers, and I think they even try to abduct people off of reservations and things. It just seems like they know that nobody's really going to be doing anything or putting the same effort in. Well, and not that there's no effort on the reservation. It's just, it's not going to It's not going to have they don't share enough to make it something where the media can get involved. And when the media is involved, cases get solved a little quicker. Because people are talking about it, leads are generated, etc. Okay. It's the wild, wild west. But I'll tell you what, if you are Native American, you should tell your reservation to be more open when somebody's missing. Okay? It's ridiculous. I wasn't sure. I was trying to figure out what Marty was saying. They can't affect shit. So which one are you talking about? Yeah, let's see if we can get 3 more gifted channel memberships, you guys. Then I'll do 5, and then we'll gotten a whole bunch of gifted memberships out tonight. All right, so the other case is Isabella Comas. And that one's it was hard to put it in order because it's all over the place. So I think we should just go through each article and then just sort of be able to put it all together like that. I found a lot of stuff on her, though. I mean, she actually is only 21 years old. And this is her right here. And she's missing, but it appears that her boyfriend, who's like 39 and she's 21, may be involved. But that's her right there. I mean, she's got a lot of different pictures of her. Like this one, that's different, but she does have all the nose rings in there. Oh, okay. Yeah, I get what you're saying now. Yeah. Well, they try to do that. They try to comment so that people like you that are actually really supportive of the channel, they try to affect you. That's what their goal is. That's why it's been harder for me, is because over time they've convinced people. That's their goal. And then they actually, like, there's a community of trolls out there. Their goal is to try to get everybody that supports my channel to not support my channel. And it makes it harder and harder and harder because some people actually buy into the bullshit that they tell them. And it's just, it's crazy, They never tell people all the, the good that we've done over here. The $275,000 out, So, anyways, let's see if we can get those other 3, you guys. That was my challenge. Every time I do the challenge, everybody goes, yeah. So if we get 3 more, I'll donate 5 memberships myself. All right. That would be great. So this is on January 13th, 2026 at approximately 3 o'clock. Isabella Comas was last seen at 1120. So I think I have... That's right. This one's complicated. It's all over the place. It's also in Arizona. Same state as what we were just talking about. Yeah, I think if she was over here at this quick trip. Let me type that in. 11120 West Van Buren Street. Yeah, right here. So this is actually an apartment. She was seen in an apartment leaving a friend's house. And they say that's when she was last seen. But then she's also seen at this quick trip here in the, inside the store. Right there. See what I'm saying? Whenever I do my goals, my challenge is just... On January 11, 2026, at approximately 3 o'clock, 21-year-old Isabella Comas was last seen leaving a friend's residence near 1120 West Van Buren Street in Avondale. She was driving a red Hyundai Sonata, Arizona license plate, 2EAG6LW, so 2EA6LW, and has not been seen or heard from since. Isabella is described as Hispanic female, 5 foot 3 inches tall, 110 pounds, with brown eyes and pink hair. She was last seen wearing a baggy navy blue shirt, blue pants, with a white stripe down the side, and sandals. Surrounding law enforcement agencies have been notified, and area hospital, cab companies, and emergency services have been contacted with negative results. Investigators are now questioning the public's assistance for any information regarding, requesting the public's assistance for any information regarding Isabella's whereabouts. Anyone with information is urged to contact the Avondale Police Department at 623-333-7000. Hey, thanks Marty's Bar and Grill and Lisa Valenzuela. Just one more. I'm just going to go straight down this. I just kind of loaded up this. And this is her, the last time she was seen. She looks bigger, sort of. I mean, I don't know. Like, sometimes these videos, they make them squashed out. So, I mean, you could take that. But I was actually wondering if there was any possibility that she was pregnant or something by that guy. It was just a thought that popped into my head. And the person that, her boyfriend, had been in prison for murder already. I mean, it's just unbelievable. Hey, thank you so much, Lanky Tor. And here we go. Lanky Tor is one of the, she's been around like, Linda Howell and Zozo length of time. Yeah, 6-7 years, something like that. Or more, but members for that long. All right, here we go. And there's mine. Thanks, you guys. Very cool. You guys are awesome. Thank you. Here, let's try to bring this into Photoshop. File, new, create, and then put it in there, view, extras, and then edit, transform, scale. I'm just wondering if it was more accurate if it was like it was more like this or something. Not like that. That's too thin. That might be too wide, right? So what if it was like that? Something like that. Maybe that's the normal size. And I guess she wouldn't be quite as... It could even be... Yeah, it's hard to say. So that's her in that quick trip that we were just looking at. And they didn't give the time that she was in the quick trip. So she was apparently last seen over here. So this must have been before that. So maybe she went into here, then went to the friend's house, and then left. Okay? I mean, this case has a lot of information in it. Here's another picture of her. See, she looks thinner, right? Than that picture. I mean, I know she has short hair, and that can tend to make somebody maybe slightly, look whiter in the face, I guess. I know, because we don't really reach the goals, Timothy Cecil. Like, I have to spend too much time trying to get there. You know, that's the problem. That's why I hate having to spend so much time going, hey, guys, it'd be great if we could reach the goals and just kind of keep doing the show. Or if it was smooth without, like, hour and a half long lulls where we're just not going to make it, then I have to focus in on that again. You get what I'm saying? Let's see. And it's harder to reach the goal when you have the trolls. That's the problem. Right, for me, freaks got it. Hey, thanks, Bad Juju, for being here. So she has a Telegram account. I thought that was interesting. Don't you find that interesting for somebody her age, 21, to have a Telegram account? That's a really dicey kind of... I mean, there's usefulness to it too, but a lot of other types of people use that place. Let's see what this one said. On January 13th, 2026, at approximately 3 p.m., Isabella Comas was last seen at 1120 West Van Buren Street. Was last seen driving a red-colored Hyundai Sonata. She was last seen wearing baggy navy blue jeans, blue pants, with a white line on the side and sandals. Okay, so here's another one. I mean, you see how she just looks bulkier in this one than that one. Turquoise alert. It's used by predators too. Hey, wow, thanks, Chris O'Connell. That's another one of the ones that always supports the channel generously all the time. Thank you, Chris O'Connell, and Marty's Bar and Grill, and there's so many others too. You know. I wish we could like flip the show around where we reach the goal early and then just start doing the show, because it's such a huge element of our show is being able to, reach the goals, make the income for the channel, and then also have thousands of dollars where we can give away and do other things that make a big difference. I bet you I've donated way more money than Candace Owens has ever donated. And she makes in like a month is what I've made in, I mean, it's just ridiculous. How do you know, Gray? She just... No. Yeah. Hey, thank you at 15 Lee 89. And thank you guys. I mean, I appreciate you guys listening to me when I'm trying to tell you how I'm feeling, because I tell you the feeling that I was having 2 days ago when I did a nine hours of YouTube show, and the channel barely had a normal, just scraped under with a normal night. That's pretty bad, man. Like, you're literally live for 9 hours and just barely made it. Then it made me just like, man, I don't know. So I needed like a 1 day off, and then I come in here and it looks like it's exactly the same for the first 30 minutes. Anyways, thank you guys. Appreciate it. Isabella was reported missing after she did not pick up her friend for work as usual. She also did not show up for work on 1/12/2026 and could not be reached. Her mobile phone was later found at a recycling plant. See, this is interesting. And her vehicle was located at 67th Avenue and Indian School. So I've got all this stuff mapped out. let's see. This is where her vehicle was found. So this is, where's the name of this? Okay, Indian School Road. And this one is North 67th. So somewhere, parked somewhere in this area here is where her vehicle was found. I mean, we should just go through the whole thing. It's pretty wild. I mean, they've got a lot of information that's come out. Yeah, located at 67th Avenue. Authorities are concerned for her safety. If you saw Isabella, Tommy, or her vehicle around 1/11/26, please notify authorities immediately. Her age is 21, 5'3", 110 pounds. So this one I wouldn't say 110 pounds. That's why it feels like they got to narrow that up a little bit. And this guy's a person of interest, 39-year-old Tommy Rodriguez. And here's another picture. So this one, I don't know when this one was taken, but that one matches more what she looks like in that surveillance footage. So that's her there, here. I mean, she's got a lot of different looks. And this is in Avondale, Arizona. If anyone has seen Bella with this man, I wonder how recent this one is. His name is Tom Rodriguez. He's around, now they're saying he's 43. Okay, well, that's weird. You do, Carolyn? We got another troll in here. One of the people that got the freebie, you can always tell when they got the heart freak emoji and they start making shitty comments. Yeah. No, it is you. It's people like you, Carolyn. You're not a good person. We all know that, though. That's okay. Yeah, good. You guys have already removed her. No, it's okay. I mean, we're always going to get these trolls like Carolyn when we give free memberships, but a lot of them actually like the fact that they got them. I have no idea what you're talking about, Alan. We're just doing this right now, though. Okay? As soon as you see this individual, and let's see, as the search continues for 21-year-old Isabella Comas from Avondale, Arizona's family is learning more about her romantic partner being labeled as a person of interest in her disappearance, 39-year-old Tommy Rodriguez. Now, the other one said he's about 43. Hey, thanks, Chris O'Connell. Very kind. Thank you, guys. As soon as you see the individual and the history that they have, the homicide, the stalking, and now we have another potentially domestic violence offense, all eyes are going to be on him, said retired FBI Supervisory Special Agent Lance Leasing. Arizona family spoke to Leasing about Rodriguez's violent past. It began when Rodriguez was 15. So this is the guy, her boyfriend, the 39-year-old. Listen to this. It began when Rodriguez was 15, when he shot and killed an innocent man in Phoenix. Having access to an AK-47 in his family home, that's an indicator that he wasn't raised in the most stable of lifestyles. Back in 2002, Tommy Rodriguez was with a group looking to buy drugs, court papers said. That's when he reportedly told the group he wanted to rob someone with his gun. the group went to the apartment of a known drug dealer in Phoenix. They did not know the dealer had been evicted, and instead the apartment was occupied by a 21-year-old nursing student. The documents state that Rodriguez began shooting as soon as the door opened. The innocent nursing student was found dead inside the apartment. 6 bullet holes were found through the front door. Rodriguez went to prison, but that's not the end of the violent actions. I mean, why did he ever make it out of prison? Anybody know that one? That doesn't even make any sense. Rodriguez went to prison, but that's not the end of the violent actions. When you're at a recidivism rates, the youngest offenders tend to offend even more, said Lysing. After being released from prison, Rodriguez stalked and assaulted an ex-girlfriend in 2020. Lysing said the stalker charge is the biggest red flag possible. I mean, everybody knows this. You don't need an FBI agent to tell you. Possibly indicating why he was identified as the person of interest in a Comas case. That's something that is passionate, yeah, right, and coupled with some type of at time. Forget it. I have no idea what you're saying. But anyways, sure. It's people who, the stalkers, those people continue to stalk the next person they're with. Hey, Alan, we're talking about a different case. You understand that? Let me see, which one is this? Okay, yeah. So this one shows that she had a Telegram account. I couldn't find him and been verified. I think it's because he's been in prison for so long. Yeah, and I think I did find her Facebook page, I think. Like, that's her, obviously. Isabella Comas. So she had, like, that one. And she seems like she was into art. Like, this kind of art like that. I guess this is a timeline here.
Worry and concern settled in for friends and family of 21-year-old Isabella Comas when she didn't pick up her friend for work on Sunday like she typically would. Comas didn't show up for work and no one could reach her. That was January 11th. 2 days later, police started investigating and sent out a turquoise alert. Investigators say Comas has pink hair, she's about 5'3", 110 pounds, and was wearing a white shirt with this logo on it the last time she was seen. Here's what we know. On January 11th, around 3 p.m., Comas was spotted leaving a friend's house near this area of West Van Buren in Avondale.
Yeah, so what they're talking about right now is that place right there, right? They said this area. And so then you know what I did is I zoomed in and I saw that there was a sign there that said VERSAN. And then right when I started typing it in, it actually popped up with the that apartment, which is right here. So you're looking at a shot from pretty much, right in this area. It's the same apartments, probably kind of like that. There you go. You're looking at this part right there is right here. Yeah, so this is probably your friend lived in those apartments or that community. Where's the one what was I just looking at? Where'd it go? Oh boy.
Worry and concerns. Didn't show up for work, and no one sent out a turquoise alert. Investigators say Comas has pink hair. She's about 5'3", 110 pounds, and was wearing a white shirt with this logo on it the last time she was seen. Here's what we know. On January 11th, around 3 p.m., Comas was spotted leaving a friend's house near this area of West Van Buren in Avondale. She was driving a red Hyundai Sonata, Arizona license plate reading 2EA6LW. This newly released photo from police shows the last time...
See how that looks on there? There's no way that's not stretched horizontally. Don't you think? I mean, this is what these cameras do notoriously. I think everybody in this picture is a hell of a lot thinner than that's making him look. I mean, look at this. So I think if you could slide it in, and I think she would look pretty normal at that point. Hey, thanks, Common Sense. Hey, that's what we talk about over here.
Comas was seen inside this QT on North Avondale Boulevard. Police didn't specify if she was in her red Sonata or what direction she drove in when she left, or if she was with anyone while inside. Then, 2 days later, which would be Tuesday night, police tracked Comas's digital footprint and found her phone and her car abandoned in this area of 67th Avenue and Indian School Road.
Yep.
Police haven't offered details, but Comas met all the criteria for a turquoise alert. This type of alert was created for missing persons, including members of the indigenous community. Now, the difference between an Amber Alert and a turquoise alert is that an Amber Alert is issued when there's an abduction, while a turquoise alert is for someone who's missing under unknown circumstances. The turquoise alert can be issued for anyone up to age 65. For more information, but I was told that they're not releasing any more details right now due to the suspicious circumstances. Anyone with information is asked to call Avondale Police directly, or you can submit an anonymous tip through Silent Witness. We'll have all those contacts that you need on the...
Yeah, there's more information though. Now. Let's see. And I could see that Isabella Comas had been in Florida and in Arizona. Based on, I have this site, you type in her phone number from Ben Verified and it shows that. The Avondale Police Department says 21-year-old Isabella Comas' boyfriend is a person of interest in her disappearance. Comas went missing on January 11th at around 3 p.m. when she was last seen leaving a friend's home near Van Buren Street. She was driving a red Hyundai Sonata, Arizona license plate 2EA6LW, and has not been seen or heard from since. Isabella is described as a Hispanic female, 5'3" tall, weighing approximately 110 pounds, with brown eyes and pink hair. She was last seen wearing a baggy navy blue shirt, blue pants with a white stripe down the side, and sandals, the Avondale Police Department said. On January 12th, Comas's phone was found at a Phoenix recycling center. And they said the recycling center, in one of the articles, was a certain distance west of the last sighting. The next day, a turquoise alert was issued for Comas. On January 15th, police said Comas's boyfriend, Tommy Rodriguez, 39, of Phoenix, was deemed a person of interest. According to Maricopa County Sheriff's Office website, he's been arrested on charges related to Comas's disappearance. Nearby, law enforcement agencies, hospitals, cab companies, and other emergency services have been told to be on the lookout. He appeared in court on January 15th on charges of theft of means of transportation and criminal damage. Avondale police officer Jarrett Redfern said the theft charge involved Comas's vehicle and is directly related to her missing person investigation. Their hearts are aching. They want to find their daughter, their sister, their loved one. According to investigators, Rodriguez is also tied to the recovery of Comas's cell phone. Isn't that crazy? Redfern said a citizen... Listen how weird this is. Does this make sense to anybody? It's like... Redfern said a citizen found the phone at a Phoenix recycling center. And then they gave the phone to Rodriguez. I mean, so how did that happen? It could be that they just called the number that was on the phone, the most recent number, and he goes, "Oh, I'll come get it." Who eventually returned it, and then after he got it, he went and returned it to Comas's family. I think that's crazy. Hey, Tang. During the hearing, prosecutors highlighted Rodriguez's violent criminal history, which includes a prior conviction for murder. Court records showed Rodriguez was sentenced to 18 years in prison. I mean, he should have got life in prison for fatally shooting a man during a robbery when he was 15. His record also, he meant to kill the person, though. He just shot through the door. His record also includes convictions for stalking and aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. State attorneys argued Rodriguez is a flight risk, noting he recently traveled out of state on a one-way ticket. Rodriguez told the judge the travel was for work, but really one way, huh? And maintained he has been cooperating with the investigation. Detectives said the state's turquoise alert system has been vital in gathering tips. The most recent footage of Comas shows her at a convenience store wearing a white shirt with a black logo. Rodriguez is currently being held on $50,000. That's ridiculous. That guy should get like $1 million bond. $50,000. I mean, he has to come up with 10, right? Let's see. We greatly appreciate the community ongoing support and encourage anyone with information to continue responding to her turquoise alert. The tips received so far have been extremely helpful in moving the case forward, the police department said. Interesting. I wonder what those tips are. I gotta go use the restroom. So I'll be back in just a second. I'm not going to be resting while I'm in there, though. Hey, wow, thanks, Chris O'Connell. All right. Here we go. I thought her cell phone was found. It was found. That's right. It was found at the recycling center. All right. So here's another Daily Mail breakdown. Let's see what they got. That's right. Clean hand. Oh, that's right. Remember I used to have the toilet sound effect? Where is that? Do I still have that? Yeah, right here. Yeah. Man, I haven't heard that one for about a year. Remember that? Well, thanks, Chris O'Connell. You aren't too bad yourself. You guys are all awesome. Yeah, I just, I don't know. I feel really fortunate at times, and then there's other days where I don't know. It's the... I don't know. What's interesting is I don't like having to ask all the time for support on the channel. But the problem is if I don't ask, then people aren't thinking about, oh yeah, that's right, we gotta, so it's sort of like this double-edged sword, I don't know how to get around that part. All right, so here we go. An Arizona woman who disappeared while leaving a friend's house. This is from yesterday. House is still missing as police arrested her boyfriend on charges not directly related to the disappearance. Isabella Comas, 21, vanished on Sunday and was last spotted near West Van Buren Street and North 11th in Avondale. She was reported missing after failing to pick up a friend for work, according to the Arizona Department of Public Safety. She also didn't make it to work. Oh, there, it says it next. Comas didn't go to work the next day either and could not be reached. Her boyfriend, Tommy Rodriguez, 39, was arrested Wednesday on suspicion of theft of means of transportation and criminal damage. Rodriguez is considered a person of interest in the missing woman's investigation, although he was not taken into custody because of the disappearance. He claimed to have cooperated with law enforcement investigation into Comas's case, even as prosecutors claimed he likely knew where she was. Yeah, they think they know. I mean, I guess, I don't know. He could have been somebody he groomed for trafficking, but it seems more ominous than that. Like having a car parked over there, the cell phone over here. I didn't try to hide, Rodriguez said in Maricopa County Superior Court. I didn't try to flee. Prosecutors have raised concerns about his actions immediately after Comas's disappearance, as well as his criminal history. After his girlfriend went missing, Rodriguez left Arizona on a one-way ticket. Although Comas has not been found, her cell phone was tracked down to a recycling center in Phoenix, about 18 miles west of Comas's last sighting. Okay. So we have that, and then I was spending a lot of time trying to find where this could be, and I really, for some reason I didn't pick up on the west part of it, but I think it's right here. This circle is 18-mile radius from her last sighting, and then there's two recycling centers right here, so it's going to be one of these two, I would think. Either right there at that one, or the one just down the road a bit right here. Whoa, that was weird. It looked like that moved. That car. that was weird, man. Not sure what happened. Hey, thanks so much there, Path Sweeper. So, I mean, this is right on the 18-mile mark. So you would think that would probably be it, right? So maybe he came in here and I don't know. It could be that the cell phone was in the trash and it rang, and then somebody in this facility found it and then was like, hey, called the first number, but then was it a kind of phone that, how would you unlock it? I don't know. I don't know how that worked. That's just something's off about that. Comas's red car, her Sonata, with an Arizona license plate 2EA6LW, was found near 67th Avenue and Indian School Road one night later in the state's capital. So after her phone was found, 18 miles away the next day, her car was found parked. They don't say exactly where. Maricopa County Attorney's Office, Prosecutor Don Sauer, said Rodriguez went to great lengths to tarnish evidence allegedly connecting him to Comas's stolen car. So she had a stolen car? Why did she have a stolen car? Allegedly connecting him to Comas's stolen car. She argued he could attempt to destroy more evidence linked to the case. Sauer added that Rodriguez likely knew where Comas was. Rodriguez said he had not been in Arizona, but claimed it was due to a scheduled work trip. The prosecutor acknowledged that Rodriguez traveled often on one-way tickets purchased by his employer. But why would it be one-way tickets? Wouldn't you need to get back? Rodriguez said he booked a flight back immediately so he could talk to investigators. That's because he was panicking. Rodriguez's legal past has also been raised by prosecutors. The 39-year-old previously served more than a dozen years in prison. But it's just so weird that somebody finds the phone at the recycling center, and then somehow he is the one that's contacted about getting the phone, and then he goes and gives the phone to the family like, hey, it wasn't me. Or maybe it just wasn't him, and he has really bad luck. Yeah, I don't know. I was thinking he threw the phone in the dumpster, but somebody else found it and then somehow got a hold of him to give him the phone back. So maybe he threw the phone in a dumpster somewhere else and it was brought there and then it rang and then... I don't know. Wouldn't that be weird if he's the one that called the phone and it rang and then somebody answered it at the recycling center and then he goes, oh yeah, I got to come get it. But why would he do that? That just seems, if you threw the phone in the garbage, you're just kind of expecting it, and it never would have been found other than the fact that you called it. Yeah, let's see. So the 39-year-old previously served more than a dozen years in prison after accepting a plea deal for a second-degree murder charge. He was convicted over a fatal shooting in January of 2002. After Rodriguez told his friends that he wanted to shoot someone, he took an assault rifle, knocked on an apartment door where a drug dealer previously lived, and shot an innocent nursing student who had recently moved in. Rodriguez was arrested again in 2020 while he was on parole. He was charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon after stalking his girlfriend at the time. See, that makes you nervous right there, because that makes it seem like that this could be something that he's doing in this case too. In one instance, Rodriguez blocked the woman's car as she was leaving her house with her children. When an ex-boyfriend intervened, Rodriguez went to his car, pulled out a machete and hammer, and aggressively walked in his direction. This guy seems like a nut job. He also attempted to run over them with his car and allegedly fired a shot with an unseen gun. Can we all just agree this guy shouldn't have been one of the people that was let out? After that, Rodriguez went, "But Gray, he served his debt to society, you bastard." Well, obviously he didn't serve long enough, okay? Because this guy... He was eventually arrested, but took another plea deal and served 3 years in prison. Rodriguez is currently in prison with a $50,000 bond. He lives in his father's garage and could flee, according to prosecutors. If he can post bail, Rodriguez will have to give up his passport and be placed on electronic monitoring. He also cannot contact any victims. Comas remains missing. She was last seen in a white shirt with a black logo featuring a silhouette of a man and a woman wearing headphones with the word "hardstyle" above them. The Daily Mail has reached out to the Arizona Department of Public Safety for further comment. Yeah, like exactly. Why would you give him a one-way ticket? All right, let's see what these other ones. There's a couple more here. This one's from the 15th. Have we already seen this one?
Yeah, Vanessa, 39 interest in this case. Steal image here in someone and how he even got it, but the detective said he didn't has been identified as the person of interest in this case. We saw him in court this afternoon, and we learned he has a lengthy criminal history with 5 prior felony convictions. One of those convictions for murder, and he had just recently been released from prison about 3 years ago. We have new mugshots for him too. Take a look at these new photos. But these are new photos, but older because they're older mugshots from decades ago. And that was at the time that he was sentenced for second-degree murder and armed robbery from a case from 2002. Now, fast forward to now, and he's back behind bars with new charges that police say are stemming from the disappearance of Avondale woman, 21-year-old Isabella Comas. Police tell me one of those charges is allegedly for stealing Isabella's car. Now, this is the new video of Rodriguez in court this afternoon. He was booked on those new charges of criminal damage. Is there anybody watching? We got 166 people watching, but every single comment's by a moderator. Look at that. Those must be, all the rest of them must be trolls just hanging out in the background watching. That's what they do. They get popcorn out and watch my show. Damage, auto theft, and probation violation, all felonies. Police told us today that Isabella's phone was found at a recycling center here in Phoenix for commenting. 12th. I learned this afternoon from police that someone found her phone at the recycling center, and Rodriguez is the one who gave it to her family, and then her family turned it into police. I asked for more clarification in that moment about that exchange and how Rodriguez knew her phone was there and how he even got it, but the detective said he didn't have that information at that time. I also asked questions about Isabella's car. Where exactly was it found? Because originally police told us it was found abandoned on 67th Ave and Indian School Road. Let me do this again. Someone found her phone at the recycling center, and Rodriguez is the one who gave it to her family. Yeah, so somebody found the phone at the recycling center, and then somehow Rodriguez got it back. And then her family turned it in. Gave it to the family, then the family turned it into the police. To police. I asked for more clarification in that moment about that exchange and how Rodriguez knew her phone was there and how he even got it, but the detective said he didn't have that information at that time. I also asked questions about Isabella's car. Where exactly was it found? Because originally police told us it was found abandoned on 67th Ave and Indian School Road. Police didn't say when Rodriguez was driving it or when he allegedly stole it. Police are working to get me those answers as well. I'm saying I know that a lot of trolls, if I did a poll, I'd have 50 people saying that they'll admit it. I've done it before. They just sit here and watch, waiting. It's like they don't want to live their own lives. They're focused in on me. They probably all have pictures of me on their ceiling above their bed and everything. It's pretty wild. Been missing since Sunday, and that turquoise alert went out for her on Tuesday. Police have a message for the community tonight.
We are still looking for Isabella, and so there are some things that we're not able to share right now. We want to find her. We're very, very hopeful that she's alive, and we want to find her well and get her reunited with her family, who is obviously, misses her and loves her very much. And you can only imagine what they're going through.
We've read articles where he is connected.
Originally, prosecutors asked the judge to set bail or bond at $100,000, but the judge dropped it to $50,000 cash secure bond. As the story develops, we'll make sure that we keep you posted on air.
I really just wanted I wanted to see something other than blue type.
Online at azfamily.com, and make sure you download our app so you can get those updates.
All right, so there's that one. No, that's just the video. What's up with the orange, pink hair by everybody? That was a different person, by the way. Wow, thanks. Marty's Bar and Grill. Thank you. Jeez. Yeah. So what they've got right now, after going over this, she was last seen here, but probably sometime before, perhaps even after. I don't know. Maybe they've updated that, but she's at this quick trip here, and that's that picture where you see her in the background with the pink hair coming with a guy with a register. All right, and then she goes missing, and then her phone, is found at one of these recycling areas. This is 18 miles west of the last known location. There's a recycling here, and apparently her phone was found by an individual who then gave it to Rodriguez. How that came about, we don't know. And then Rodriguez gave the phone to Isabella's family. And then the family got a hold of the police and gave the phone to the police. And then apparently the day after that, they found Isabella Comas's vehicle right here at this intersection. A 2011 red Hyundai Sonata AZ2EA6LW. And it was found in this area here, I think parked probably, might have been right over there, just randomly parked. And that's where the vehicle was found. And then Rodriguez, the boyfriend, he went on a one-way trip somewhere. Apparently the people he works with doesn't want him to be able to make it back home. He should have got the message. Every time they sent him out on a one-way trip for work, they should have realized, ooh, yeah, they really don't want me to come back. But he claims that they always sent him on a one-way ticket, which, again, should have been a clue that they really didn't want you to work for them. They did anything they could to fly you the hell out of there, and you came back. And then they go, oh, crap, we got to do it again. All right, hey, do this one. They flew you over there with a one-way ticket. Yeah, and you made your way back. It's sort of like that dog that you're trying to get rid of. You leave it in the middle of the woods somewhere, and it always keeps making its way back home. Gray, that's me. Nobody. Of course, you guys. No, it's but still, you know what? Here's the thing: if you give out 5 memberships, Marty, and 4 are trolls, it's still better than sending in like super chats, because there's a chance that one of those people or 2 of them might stay around, right? And become a channel member. So it's always better. Yeah. I mean, how disgusting is it, by the way, that the trolls actually make themselves available to have memberships? I mean, stealing memberships from people that maybe couldn't afford it, and they just think it's so funny and cute, and it makes them 1,000 times worse than they always claim I am. They're just sick people. You did? You would drive her off somewhere, fly her somewhere with a one-way ticket, and she'd always make her way back, huh? Yeah. I think this one's pretty interesting, though. What do you guys think? I mean, it sounds like something nefarious, bad happened to Isabella. I mean, most girls, whatever, you know, they're not going to not have their phone, her car, you know. It's pretty crazy. I am fortunate to have nice people. And I wish I didn't have so much pressure on me, you know, to keep up, you know, doing all the stuff we've been doing. It's like, the thing is, it's, I don't know. I just know what it takes each month, and it's so hard when there's no, like, I make a video on a case, and it gets 3,000 views. That might make $15 in ad revenue. It just doesn't work. You have to get like 10 to 20,000, and then you can make 50, you know, maybe $75. You know, if you have a video that gets way more views, like 50,000 views, it might make 300 or something. But you know, you don't get the, you know, I don't get that very often. Even if my videos are good, they just, YouTube somehow doesn't do it. She went missing, I think 15th, I think. Let me open up one of these original. What was this one? Oh yeah, last seen. No, I guess it was the 11th, sorry. That was the other one I was thinking about. Comas was last seen on January 11th near 111th Avenue and Van Buren. And then the phone recovery, the cell phone was tracked. The cell phone was oh, that's maybe how he went and got it. See, here it says phone recovery. The cell phone was tracked to a recycling center in Phoenix. So he tracked the phone. So that's sort of interesting, right? Because that almost seems like he's then looking for her. I wonder if he did that intentionally to make it look like that. Because that would explain it, right? That he tracked the phone to the recycling center, and somebody at the recycling center had already recovered the phone after kind of sorting through the trash, right? Investigators believe the device was randomly planted. Ah, wow, suspicious circumstance. I don't know why I didn't see this, bring this up earlier. Investigators believe the device was randomly planted at the facility. Huh. That's an interesting thought there. Randomly planted. I mean, they just sort of went, oh yeah, put the phone over there, but then why did he search for it and find it if he's the one that randomly planted it there? You know, that almost that piece of information helps him if that's, you know, if the phone was tracked to the facility and he's the one that got the phone after somebody gave it to him when he got there, then that does mean that he tracked it, right? That he's the one that tracked it, if he's the one that got the phone. I mean, it would be really weird if some other random person, I guess it could have been a friend of hers that they had a little buddy Life 360 thing going on, and she goes out and this other person gets it and then thinks about, hey, let me call the boyfriend, and then he comes out and gets it, you know, and it's like, wow, you know, like he acted like it was weird, like, what's the phone doing here when he's the one that originally put it there? Her 2011 red Hyundai Sonata was located near 67th Avenue and Indian School Road in Phoenix, 10 miles from her last seen location. Person of interest, Tommy Rodriguez, 39, identified as her boyfriend, was named a person of interest and arrested on charges linked to her disappearance. Active search. Despite finding the car and phone, Comas remains missing, and a turquoise alert was issued. Huh, that was pretty interesting there. I guess I skipped right over that one. That was the second one down. No, they don't. The only thing that's been released so far is what I've shown you guys. This shot right here of her at the Quick Trip. And it looks like she's smiling even. It's weird. What the hell happened? Oh yeah, and apparently I looked it up. I found out I think she worked here. It's not in any of the articles, but I looked it up, and she apparently was a receptionist at Massage Haven up here. And she was supposed to go to work there. And then interestingly, her car is found there. I mean, it's so weird. I mean, you got last seen here. There's no rhyme or reason for anything. Last seen here. Vehicle found there. And then her cell phone found way the hell over here. Yeah, it seems like she's... I think something bad has likely happened to her. It's possible that she was just taken off the grid into being trafficked. You got this 39-year-old guy with a 21-year-old. Maybe that's what the whole plan was. And so, of course they got to make it look like she's just disappeared, the car, the phone and everything. And now she has nothing and being controlled by people. That's what you hope. Isn't that sad? Like, you literally have to hope that she's being trafficked. I mean, that's like a really bad position to be in. Because if she's not trafficked, she's not alive. There's no way in hell. I guess we're all relegated to hoping that she was trafficked. I mean, how shitty is that? Yeah, I think it's more likely she's just not alive. And I think his past has likely contributed to what happened. I mean, the way he is as a person. And maybe she got pregnant and he didn't want to have to deal with that. I guess we won't know the answer to that question. There may be some information like that on the side. Hey, thanks. Steams galore. Hi, Gray. Love watching you. Videos and lives. Hey, thanks. Hey, at least there's a few of you guys out there. That's cool. Hey, how about I do one short random, one of our cold cases to clear one out of the folder. All right. I don't have any more to do on this one. I don't have any more to offer. But this guy right here, there it is. I have let me show you how many I have now. See that folder right there? Those are a whole bunch of ones that are just waiting for just a few minutes here and there. Okay. One of them I looked up, it was so... Let me just show you how this worked back in the day, you guys. Look at this. I just went like this. I went 1948, nude body found, and then it led to these... Because serial killers have been around forever. They just referred to them as sex maniacs back then. And then look at these articles here. This is a Mary M. Avalon case. And look at how dense these articles are. I mean, it's insane. I haven't even, let's see, I think it was clear back in this is a different one, though. It was 1948, and then I think December. Well, eventually, in this case, they arrested somebody. But man, the detail they go in these articles is just almost absurd. I mean, let me zoom out. Look at the density of these papers here. I mean, it's crazy. So this guy right here, this also, just for the hell of it, this guy's name is Rufus Keller, and he was arrested for the murder of this woman. And this is like November of 48, and he was executed within 6 months. He was out of there. And they think he's a serial killer even back then. They were trying to connect him to a whole bunch of other cases, and they killed him that quick. Nowadays, you got 30 years of appeals and this and that and the other thing. Anyways, let's just do this. That's not cold, though. All right, this Darrin Clemens, just totally random, Weston, Missouri, 91. I remember that hairdo in my high school. That was probably from, I bet you this haircut was from 1986 or something. But this took place April 4th, 1991. All right, let's just see. There's almost nothing on this one. But hey, why not get it out there? You never know. Metro Squad is investigating the case. The Metro Squad was still trying to determine Saturday whether the Weston man found dead in his front lawn, yeah, this is interesting, killed himself or was murdered. Darrin T. Clemens, 23. That makes sense, right? That was a high school photo. 5 years before that, 86. Ah, man, I nailed it. That was crazy. Had been dead about 4 hours when a neighbor found him about 7:20 a.m. Thursday at his residence in the 600 block of 4th Street. He was killed by a shotgun blast to his chest, and a single-shot 12-gauge shotgun was found nearby, Kansas City Detective Guy Livingston said Saturday. He said police were conducting tests for gunpowder residue on Clemens' hands, which could indicate that he took his own life. Right, here's another one. Thank you, Lisa Valenzuela. Police sheriff to pursue case. The Metro Squad disbanded this week without determining whether the shooting death of a Weston man was a homicide. The case was turned over Wednesday to Weston Police and the Platte County Sheriff's Department, which will continue investigating, said Lieutenant Greg Cater. The 18-member squad spent 5 days working on the death of Darrin Clemens, 23, who was found shot once in the chest with a 12-gauge shotgun April 4th. Clemens' body was in his front yard of a house he rented, and a 12-gauge shotgun was found about 2 feet from his body, authorities said. Clemens was recently separated from his wife and was unemployed. So, you could see somebody being depressed and doing that. And this is, but it wasn't listed as that. That's the thing. I mean, look at this right here. Unsolved homicide. That's not, so that means they determined he did not do it himself. So somebody wanted to look like that. Hey, look at this sketch over here. And this says authorities were searching Wednesday for the driver of a 1970 Volkswagen van who may be a witness in the April 4th shooting death of a Weston man. Hey, thanks Lisa, Chris O'Connell, and Roger Smith. And man, thanks to you guys. It wasn't looking so good at the beginning of this show, I gotta be honest with you. It wasn't. The first 40 minutes were, just wasn't happening. So thank you guys. Really appreciate it. Let's see. Authorities were searching Wednesday for the driver of a 1970 Volkswagen van who may be a witness in the April. That means they think he's the shooter. Anytime they say this stuff, we're just looking for a guy to help. If you saw something. No. Every time they say this, they think that person's the killer. So the killer was driving a 1970s Volkswagen van who may be a witness in the April 4th shooting death of a Weston man. The driver is considered a possible witness, and investigators want to interview him about the death of Darrin Clemens. He showed up. He didn't belong there, Prater said. A light green Volkswagen van was seen in the area of the shooting, which remains unclassified. The van was described as probably having a Missouri plate, a square sticker in the lower left windshield, and rust on the lower portions. Man, that's pretty good detail. The driver was described as a white man in his mid to late 30s with shoulder-length light brown hair and a beard. He also was wearing wire-rimmed glasses. Clemens, 23, was found shot once in the chest with a 12-gauge shotgun. So the person obviously would have used gloves if you're literally leaving it there to make it look like it was, you're trying to make it look like it was taking his own life. His body was in the front yard of a house he rented in Weston, and a 12-gauge shotgun was found about 2 feet from his body. Clemens apparently was last seen at bars, thanks Marty's Bar and Grill, in Weston and Leavenworth earlier that night, authorities said. So Clemens apparently was last seen at bars in Weston and Leavenworth that night. Okay, then these are all from 1991 newspaper, and then this one is from 2021. So let's see what this says. Tanya Clemens, I think he had a kid too. Tanya Clemens Holdsworth visits her father's gravesite at the Pleasant Ridge Cemetery often. So that's sort of like, why would he really take his life with a kid and everything? Or maybe the child is actually the child of the person he just broke up with. Yet she still does not know the exact circumstances surrounding his death. This is the daughter talking. What happened to him has always been one of those things that has kind of ate at me because I never really knew, he said. Hey, by the way, I was just thinking of this just now. Let's see. What company was it? Oh, yeah. So, like Xfinity. I have Xfinity. So I called them up and I talked to the, they're actually pretty good now that you actually get a human on the phone. And it was weird. I was talking to this person and they sounded, you could tell that they were from Asia or something like that. And they were talking, and I just had this feeling. It just sounded like AI, But they were able to have a conversation. So I go, is this AI? And the person said no, and I go, well, your voice sounds. And you know what he told me? I mean, this is crazy. Listen to this. They actually have software that they can talk into with a heavy accent, and it fixes the accent somewhat, and then you can have it sound like a female or a male. So you could be sitting there going, hey, yeah, and it'd be, like, hey, Gray, what, when I hit the button there, it's crazy. But they use AI, so, and then one of the people, I said, well, turn it off. Let me hear what you normally sound like. And they turned it off and they talked to me, and I was like, holy shit. It was, I don't know, I thought it was sort of cool, but also sort of weird, too, Yeah, no, it's bizarre. So they actually have a button that they press that fixes the, maybe if they have major accent, and then also makes a voice that's not really even their sex sometimes. Anyways, weird stuff. Anyways, let's go through this. In a small town of 1,600, questions about Darrin Clemens' death have remained for years. Why did the 23-year-old die from a gunshot blast on April 4th, 1991? Why did authorities find his shotgun near his body early in the morning in his front yard in the 600 block of 4th Street? Who may know something more? Yeah, I mean, they have it listed as a homicide, not a suicide. He's not here to give himself a voice, Clemens Holdworth said. So I want to be his voice. Clemens Holdworth was 7.5 months old at the time her dad died. So that's interesting. Is that the person that he broke up with? She recently asked Weston police to reopen the investigation into her father's death. She even created a Facebook group to help bring awareness and has asked Project Cold Case for help. That's where I got this. She has seen the newspaper articles showing Clemens left a bar in Leavenworth, we just read that one, with friends when it closed for the night. The group had discussed going to White Bridge, a party site off Bluff Road, but decided not to make the trip. Friends told police they dropped Clemens off at home at 2:30 a.m. A neighbor found Clemens dead a little after 7 a.m. An autopsy found Clemens died from a single gunshot blast to the chest, not more than 4 hours before he was found. Kansas City Metro Squad investigated, but 30 years later, no one has answers if the shooting was accidental or he took his own life. Well, that's weird. So they still don't know. We're not guaranteed tomorrow, Clemens Holdworth said. I don't want to die not knowing what happened to him at all. That is my worst nightmare. Weston Police Chief Kelly Clark said the department is still looking for tips in the case, hoping to bring closure. So they must believe it was a homicide to spend that much time. I mean, isn't it weird to have a case like this that has the appearance of it being, where he took his own life, and then you have that Ellen Greenberg case where it almost seems absolutely astronomically obvious that the person killed her boyfriend, and it's just, oh, nope, she did it to herself. Yep, she stabbed herself in the back of the neck 14 times, in the face, and all these things, and it's just... Clark took over the department in September 2020. Is that her name? Did I get that name right? Yeah, Ellen Greenberg, yeah. Let's see. She wants facts, Clark said about Clemens Holdworth. Clark took over the department in September 2020. He said the department recently received new information from some not involved in the original investigation. They're still following up. Clark also said 2 of the possible suspects in the case have died. There's a lot of people that still live here, that lived here at that point. And I was probably almost the same age as this guy. Point in time, they probably do know something that he always just not, that sat right at, God, it's hard to read this. There's a lot of people that still live here and lived here at that point in time. They probably do know something that has always just not sat right in their mind. Meanwhile, Clemens Holdworth often think about what could have been. I would have loved for my children to have a grandpa, They ask about him, she said. Clemens Holdworth kept her father's last name when she got married. Having the last name feels like one thing still connecting him to her. And he probably didn't have any sons. One thing he gave me that no one can take away, she said. She is now more committed than ever to knowing what happened to her father. I'm not going to stop until something's ruled in this case. Hopefully, eventually, it will result in getting justice. But man, what if it really is he took his own life and then you're spending all these years just... So there must be something they have that absolutely indicates that he... let me see, where was that part up here where it had the address area? Seven phase party site. I think it was higher up, wasn't it? Oh, there it is. 600 block of 4th Street. And this is in Missouri. 600 4th Street. Was it Weston? That's why I'm not even going to put this in Google Earth. Wow, just in this little tiny little town. In a house that he rented. Could have just been right there even, you know. That street view was from right here. It's got to be 2008. So that's a while ago. So somewhere right in there. I wonder if, let me just randomly check this. Cold case. Darrin Clemens. Darrin. I'm going to see if he's been verified. Let's see. Darrin Clemens. And this is in Weston, Missouri. Come on. Oh, man. And it says he'd be 58. That's got to be him. Man, that's crazy. And let's see. He actually shows up and been verified. What are the odds of that? Man, this would be crazy if this shows up. Oh, man. And that's in here. Can you believe that? Holy crap. Man, now I got to make a folder. All right. Darrin Clemens. Man, that's just 1 in a million. 1991, 04, 04. All right. Look at this. No, that's not it. Let me go to his address history, and the very first one at the top is 612 4th Street, Weston. I mean, so that's him. Remember the 600 block? So watch this. No, that's not it. How come it doesn't? There we go. Yeah, right there. That's his house. Isn't that amazing? That they would have a rental house in for a 23-year-old in 1991 and been verified. That's crazy. I don't care what you say, man. That is absolutely... I mean, I've done this a long time, and that was just the biggest random shot in the dark in a small town like that. That's almost boom-worthy. So he was found in this yard right here. Right there. Crazy. And it's just this really tiny little town here. I bet that's no more than, I mean, I guess it's a little bigger coming out here, but I'd say 2,000 people, maybe not even that. And it's not even really near any, really closely. I mean, Kansas City's over here, but all right, well, we got that. Unfortunately, there's nothing else to talk about. That's how. All right, Let me see. Maybe there's another short one. But that was pretty amazing that that showed up in there. Yeah, he might have, you know. I mean, that's his thing. Is he would? They said he lost his job. He just broke up with somebody, and man, what if that's the 7.5-year-old kid? I mean, you can see the reasons he would do that, but law enforcement doesn't seem. They seem to heavily be leaning away from him taking his own life. It doesn't say undetermined or anything. It says it was a homicide in Project Cold Case. And so that's pretty interesting. You guys didn't seem as excited as I was about that address was literally in Ben Verified. That's weird. They have addresses for him in 94 and 95, but he wasn't even alive. They did have another address where he lived in the same town just before this. He lived right there. Oh, that's a church or a school or something. Let's see what that is. So this address here was listed as something related to him. Let's see. Maybe it's the place he worked, or... Guess we'll have to go check it out. Christian Assembly Church. So he was a member of that church there. Or at least had an address associated with that. Well, there you go. See, that case right there has probably never ever been talked about on YouTube, ever. That one. I would bet money on that. But it's something, right? It's, you know, it's they all deserve to be talked about. Some of them just aren't really popular, you know. So let's see if there's another short one. Oh, this one's really short. All right, here we go. This one's about as short as you can get. In fact, I'll put it into the complete folder and then do it. It's that short. Hey, thanks, Lisa Valenzuela. And Chris O'Connell. Thank you, Lisa Valenzuela and Chris O'Connell. Oh, and everybody else, as a matter of fact. Thank you to Marty's Bar and Grill. And for the Red Breast Whiskey. I might have to have a shot of that later. Thank you. Yeah, that would be interesting, right? So if it was wiped clean, that means the guy that left it there used... And maybe he didn't have any gunpowder residue on his own hands. And by the way, it's pretty hard, you know, to shoot yourself with a shotgun, you know, like that. Not that it's impossible, it's just not, you know. Thank you, Ginger Ninja. All right, here's another one. This is Tina Snyder. Absolutely zero, almost nothing at all. There's only one article in the entire Tina Snyder, unsolved homicide victim in Fostoria, Ohio. Okay, let's see. Fostoria, Ohio. We'll go all the way over there. Maybe... Folder, Tina Snyder, December 3rd. That's actually 2004, 1203. All Alright, got that. And then, this is Fostoria. Let me see if she's been verified. Search by Tina Snyder. Fostoria, Ohio, was it? This could be her. Tina Snyder, Fostoria, Ohio. Yeah, this could be her. I mean, let's see. Okay, well, this one says deceased October 20. I don't think that's her. No. Forget it. Let me just go through that. So that's her right there. Tina Snyder, unsolved homicide victim, December 3rd, 2004, Fostoria, Ohio. And then here's the only article that was in 2 different newspapers. I mean, hold on. Uh-oh. Fostoria police are investigating a possible murder, said Acting Chief Phil Hobbs. Tina Snyder, 43, was found dead at her home at 3.5 East. Oh, there it is. I guess we don't need to have her address since it's right there. 312.5. Let's see. 312.5 East Tiffin Street. There it is. Well, that's 312. So it's going to be one of these. Tina lived. Let's see. Another really tiny, rinky-dink little town. And they're saying it's right there. So a half would probably mean there's like 2, like a duplex. Maybe both of these are on the same property. This one and that one. I don't know. I think that's probably... Here, let me try to... Alright, I got it right here. See, Google Maps is better at some of this stuff. So there's 310. Yeah, it's weird. There isn't even a 312 anymore. It's 300, 304, 306, 310. So 312 would have been right there. I have a feeling that that's been torn down. Let's go back in time now. I bet there used to be, at least it'll look different here. So I'm going to go all the way back to 1995 and then 2004 until we get a clear... So, does it look different than that? Yeah, well, 312 is in between those 2 that they had on Google Maps. Anyways, it's right in that area. Tina Snyder, 43, was found dead at her home at 312.5 East Tiffin Street at 5:47 p.m. Friday. Her body has been transferred to the Lucas County coroner, who is performing an autopsy. Police would not release any additional details, but said Miss Snyder's death is being investigated as a possible homicide. And then this is on a website that was out there on December 3rd. 547 were dispatched to 312 East. Oh, so that's just 312 East. Well, now it's totally different. Okay, hold on a second. 312 East Fremont Street, apartment B. Okay, so that's not even right at all, that one. It's over here. So maybe that's why there was no 312. So this is where she lived, right? I don't think, yeah, there is street view there. So that house. And that kind of makes more sense, having a B. See how it's kind of a big house, probably had a different entrance for somebody. So that was it right there. I wish this is all I mean, and when we have big cases, I did big cases, but I would love to just be doing these. Because I always find, there's some of these are so interesting, it's crazy, some of the stuff that you get in them. But, you know, doesn't work. The victim, 43-year-old Tina Snyder, was pronounced deceased at the scene. Cause of death was strangulation. So now this is new. So they know that she was strangled to death. The victim, 43-year-old Tina Snyder. So that was 2004. How old would she be right now? She'd be 64-ish. Miss Snyder's cause of death was strangulation. And then there is an article that was out there right here. This is from 2018. Fostoria family seeks justice in 14-year-old cold case murder of their loved one.
14 years ago today, a Fostoria woman was found murdered in her own apartment. Now the killer still on the run and her family desperately looking for answers. 13 ABC's Michael Bratton talked with the victim's loved ones tonight who say they want justice. Michael.
Diane, Tina Snyder's family gathered at her grave tonight, as they do every year on the anniversary of her death, to remember her. After years of no answers or arrests in connection with her murder, they're hoping someone will say something to police. On a cold and wet December day, a family braved the elements to remember a life lost too soon.
That was devastating.
Do you guys ever aren't you curious at the newspaper speak? You know, not newspaper, the reporter, how they always sound the same with that little weird cadence that they've got. You know, like, if I was going to read it, I'd read this just how a reporter, let's try to do it. On a cold December day, a family braved the elements to remember a life lost too soon. It was devastating. You don't know how devastating, said Donna Sigler, recalling her daughter's death. Back on December 3rd, you know how they have that weird freaking sound that they do? Just yesterday, a blimp landed in eastern Oregon. Scientists say it was just... I don't know why they sound like that. But anyways, on a cold December day, a family braved the elements to remember a life lost too soon. Back on December 3rd, 2004, Tina Snyder, 43, was found dead in the bathtub of her East Fremont Street home in Fostoria. Detectives later told the mother of three's family she was strangled with a speaker wire. So somebody actually took one of her speaker wires and strangled her. How can somebody do that, said Snyder's niece, Christine Bowers. And the way they did it, you know what I mean? Police pursued the murder for months, but eventually came up empty-handed with no suspects or leads. Snyder's death became a cold case. Her life should have never ended that way, and that soon, said Sigler. We still think of her all the time, and it's hard. Now, every year, on the day of her death, Tina's family meets at her grave, like they did Monday, hoping the person responsible will come forward. I want them to remember what happened on December 3rd, 2004, said Bowers. I want them to remember. With no updates from investigators in recent years, Snyder's family says they're frustrated with the lack of communication. Reopen the case. Restart fresh, said Bowers. Put new eyes on it. Well, I mean, if they knew that the cord was used, if they kept that cord, there might be some DNA on it. In the meantime, Snyder's loved ones, I said that, want someone with information to say something so they can get closure, which doesn't exist, actually. Oh, jeez. Somebody knows something. Somebody has to, said Sigler. The people downstairs had to hear something. Call the Fostoria Police Department, call the Seneca County Sheriff's Office, and tell them what you know, added Bowers. If you know anything about Snyder's murder, you're asked to call Fostoria Police at 419-435-8573. Jeez, isn't that crazy? Just think about that. Like, here's this case where there's this mother sitting in and she gets strangled, and I think she was found in her bathtub, I thought they said. And it's just crazy, you know? Like, nobody ever hears about these ones. But man, I mean, somebody strangled her, that would be somebody that would have known her, or it was a serial killer type, right? That's really all you got. You know, somebody that would strangle her is somebody that's either close to her or a serial killer-like person. You know, they don't have to have met the requisite, but you know, the type that would break into somebody's house and sexually assault and then strangle them, that kind. And there's almost no information on that one. I mean, literally in the newspapers, that one blurb was all there was, at least in the main newspaper archives that are out there. Let's see. Well, we can do one more if you guys want. You want to do one more? What time is it? 3 hours and 7 minutes. This one's a guy. It's Paul Vasconcellos II, unsolved homicide victim, October 24th, 2010, Rochester, New York. There isn't really a lot on this one either. None of them seem to have a lot. A lot of times when you have the ones that it's like somebody got shot, you know, those are hard to solve because sometimes they're just random. Okay. Yeah, so let's see, 2011, 10. I get 10. Do this one first. All right, here we go. So at least the article's sort of long, I guess. Paul A. Vasconcellos was the kind of person whose life's mission seemed to focus on leading an unrecognized and unrelenting hand to others in need, according to friends who Monday were mourning his death. And a Rochester police continued to look for motive and suspect in the Sunday night shooting that killed him. Vasconcellos' friend offered their guess at what could have happened in the moments before a shot was fired. We were guessing, knowing Paul. We do know this is fact, said a friend and employer, Doug DeCross. We can't imagine that Paul was just telling them that Jesus loved them. Vasconcellos, 40, of Post Avenue, was shot once in the upper torso outside a nearby home on the same street. What was the street? Let's see. Street at about 10:45 p.m. Let's see. Sunday, said Rochester Police Chief David Moore. Vasconcellos was able to call police and identify his attacker as a black man dressed in a gray hooded sweatshirt. Vasconcellos told police the suspect ran from the scene. Wow, so he's still alive on the 911. Jeez. Congress Avenue. Vasconcellos was taken to Strong Memorial Hospital, where he died about 11:20 p.m. Chief Moore asked anyone with information about the shooting to call 911. Vasconcellos' death is the 39th homicide in Rochester this year. This is a very quiet street, Moore said at the scene last night. We don't have any issues on this street. Vasconcellos, a native of the Boston area, was a graduate of Rochester Institute of Technology and a home health aide for DeCross, whose two oldest sons, Justin 20 and Brandon 19, have muscular dystrophy. He invested in people, he said. Some people you have to persuade to do extra things. With Paul, if I needed something out of the ordinary, I had to start by saying, Paul, you can say no. Vasconcellos was a quiet force of his church, Victory Baptist Church in Henrietta. Michael Franklin, a member of the church and Vasconcellos' friend for 10 years, said he was active in several ministries, including working with youth at the state school at Industry and Rush. Let's see. Brian Rodriguez of Fall River, Mass. said in an email that his nephew was a very quiet and kind man. He looked like just looking at the picture, doesn't he just look like he's a nice person? You know? Not that you can tell just by looking at a picture. There's probably serial killers that look just like that, but you know what I'm saying. Let's see. Rochester police searched the yard of Post Avenue in Rochester. Let's see where that is. Post Avenue, Rochester, New York. I mean, this is one of those ones that's almost impossible to solve because it's probably a gang member or something stupid and just... So Post is that direction? How long is it? Does it keep going all the way down here? Yeah. Yeah, let's see. Maybe I can just get it really quick. Paul. So what year was this? 2010, and I'm sure one of these, 1945. He probably wasn't born in 45. That's probably his dad, because he does have a dad that shows up in an article here. Now let's see, family, relatives. Okay, there's his kid. All right, so now I just got that. So hold on a second. And that address, yeah, so there you go. Isn't that crazy? It's so amazing. I just think, I don't know why I like it so much, but when Ben verified, it just has all these addresses, you know, and it works almost every time. Watch, we're gonna see, there it is right there. That's the house. Paul's house. And we go down there. And let's check that newspaper. That looks absolutely the same. There you go. Look at that. Don't you love that? When everything is very similar. I mean, it might be this one here, you know, the next door neighbor, you know. Yeah, that's the one right there. See, right there. There you go. That one is this one. This one is that one. So he was found just like out on the street right over here. So on street view, he would have been just like right over there. All right, 2011. Yeah, Lisa, your comment was 10 minutes ago. Is there anybody else that are... I know I shouldn't have done this last one. That's the dad right there. You know, and basically, I mean, we don't, there's really nothing, you know, right over it says, Paul Vasconcellos II was 40 when he was shot and killed about 10:45 p.m. October 24th near his 79, there he is, there's the address right there, 798 Post Avenue home. When police arrived, they found him shot in the lung, lying in the driveway of the home of 804. So let's see. It's probably right next door, right? 804 Post Avenue. Okay, so there's one right to the right. And he was found... Alright, so I guess in reality that's where he was. Right here. Because he lived in that one. They found him shot in the lung, lying in the driveway of the home. His son, landlord, owned both homes. And his son's landlord owned both homes. Monday, and some pipes had been stolen from 804. Oh, interesting. So the landlord had asked Paulie to park there instead of his own home to make it look like someone was living there. Ah, jeez. So the landlord that owned this home and this home had Paul park here to make it look like somebody lived there because pipes had been stolen. So maybe, I wonder if that happened to lead to what happened to him. That'd be pretty nuts. There's one in 2019. Cold case, 9-year search for a killer and a dad who can't let it go. Almost 9 years have passed since Paul Vasconcellos' son was killed. Some 3,260 days, 78,400 hours and counting. Vasconcellos has lived each one with a burning question still unanswered. Who killed Paulie? And his eldest son, who was known to many. I'm going to be 75, the elder Vasconcellos said. I'm hoping before I leave this earth, we find out. My son Paul was a good guy. He preached the gospel, so I know where he's at. He's in a better place than I am. His son was shot and killed about 10:45 p.m. October 24th. The person who shot him is probably not alive currently. October 24th, 2010, near his 798 Post Avenue home. Police found him in the next door driveway. He was parking there. His landlord owned... I mean, isn't that amazing? It could have been that he parked right as a robber was leaving the house and shot him. Had he parked at his own house, he might still be alive. Police found him at the next door driveway. He was parking there. His landlord owned both houses because someone had stolen pipes from the 804 house, and his landlord wanted him to look like someone was home. You know, he called 911 and described his attacker. Black man, gray hoodie, sweatshirt, running towards Congress Avenue. That was it. Paul A. Vasconcellos II was 40 at the time. Anyone with information can call the police at 585-428-7157, Crime Stoppers at 585-423-9300, or submit a tip online at the Rochester or roccrimestoppers.com/web tips. Each option allows you to report a tip and remain anonymous. This weekend, as he has done each year since the shooting, the elder Vasconcellos will make the 8-hour drive to Rochester from his home in Massachusetts. He will travel this year with his daughter. He will post and distribute flyers. He will go to the Henrietta Victory Baptist Church with his son, which his son used to attend. And he will be there on Sunday for the 10th annual Push Yourself 5K Walk Run Challenge, which raises money for charity, including Crime Stoppers, in his son's honor. His son was a Rochester Institute of Technology graduate who worked at the Center for Disability Rights and Pittsburgh's Mendon High School. Vasconcellos expects that his eldest boy would be mad that he has persisted in this way. He drives around with flyers on his car. He talks to Rochester police investigator Tommy Cassidy at least once a month. He asks for news and offers suggestions, his latest being to put his and other cold cases on playing cards and distribute those in local jails. He really is trying to keep the case alive, Cassidy said, which is what it takes if the case is going to get solved. You would think that someone would know something. It's a common refrain from a family friend, and the thing is, this will never be solved if the shooter, being a gang member, was shot and killed later on as a gang member. He just got killed, and so there's no, he doesn't get to go to prison and tell a story to somebody. It's really trying to keep the case alive, Cassidy said, which is what it takes. It's a common refrain from family, friends, and victims of unsolved cases. Someone has the answers, and maybe this is the day they do the right thing. Just waiting, race organizer Paul Valenti said, adding that the unwavering faith that answers will come fits with the theme of the race. Push yourself. Keep moving forward. Keep doing the best you can, Valenti said. Then comes the refrain, because somebody knows something. Well, there you go. I mean, that's about it. That kind of case like that is about as cold as you're going to get. I mean, there is literally almost no shot unless that person happened to have told somebody, and then that person, but there's not a lot of snitching that goes on in that world. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know if it's a gang or what it is. It just usually shit like that usually ends up being something like that. Somebody being shot, somebody wearing a hoodie, exiting a house, doesn't matter what race you are. It's just sort of like you're a part of some organized crime or criminal work. I don't know. It's hard to explain. But yeah, this is one of those ones that it's deserves to be talked about, but I'd be shocked out of my mind if this one gets solved. This is one of those ones. I mean, it's just nothing other than, isn't it crazy? Here's what's crazy about it is he saw the guy and he was on the phone and he described the guy and it didn't do anything. Didn't lead to anything at all. So that's going to do it, you guys. That is going to do it. So I want to thank everybody. Let's see, start at the beginning here. Thank you to I'm Mom Not Bro. And that was at 7:21, right? So that was and I started this show at 7:15. So this is how it was at the beginning. That was $4.99. And then 7:49 came around, and that wasn't. It was like a member comment. And then 750 came around. And then we had one new membership. And then Linda Howell. And then things started picking up. But man, that was like 40 minutes of... I just thought, man, there's no chance again. But anyways, you guys came through. Thank you. Timothy Cecil. Then we had Bad Juju. And then Violet gifted a membership. Then Marty's Bar and Grill gifted one. And then Sheila Pink gifted one. And then S.K. Duncan gifted one. Then Sky Blue gifted one. We're now at 7:58. Show started at 7:15. Then we had Bella Marie. And then Sheila Pink gifted a membership. Then Marty's Bar and Grill did a super chat. And then Bella Marie, she was actually, these last 5 were gifted because Bella Marie did a challenge. And then she gifted 5 matching the challenge that she did. And then we had Lisa V. Then Marty's Bar and Grill with the super chat. And then Bella Marie. And then Marty's Bar and Grill gifted a membership. Then Bella Marie gifted one. And so tonight you'd say that Bella Marie, Marty's Bar and Grill, and Chris O'Connell were special thanks there. Really appreciate it. Whiskey Boots, 29 months. And Marty's Bar and Grill did 5 right there because it was, I think he just did 5. And then we had Whiskey Boots and Violet, Timothy Cecil, and Bruce Holdaway gifted one. I think this is when Marty did a big challenge. So there was Monica did one, Tina did one, and Bella Marie. It was a 2-for-1er. Then Bella Marie did 5, then KMTX did one, and then Bad Juju did one, Sandy Shirley did one, Eagle Stars and Stripes did 5, and then this account came in, and then Marty did 20. Thank you. That was very cool. And then Monica Reeves, I mean, I think I got the minimum goal even right then after that. Monica Reeves gifted one, and then Bella Marie gifted one, then Marty's Bar and Grill gifted one, Lisa Valenzuela gifted one, Lakey Tor gifted 5, then I gifted 5 because I just wanted 5 gifted and then I would do 5. And then Chris O'Connell gifted 5, and then we had 15 Lee 89. And Chris O'Connell gifted another 5. I think she just showed up right then. And then Common Sense gifted 1. And Chris O'Connell did another 5. Then Path Sweeper gifted 1. And then Marty's Bar and Grill came in with 5 more. And then we had Steams Galore, Lisa Valenzuela, Chris O'Connell. And then Roger Smith gifted 1. Marty's Bar and Grill. These are these like... cold case ones. Lisa Valenzuela, Chris O'Connell, Ginger Ninja. So thank you guys. That was really cool. And then also we had a coffee from Lisa Valenzuela who had a challenge. It's right there. So thank you. That's right. The coffee queen, Lisa Valenzuela. So that was another thing. So thank you guys. Really appreciate it. It was stressful at the very beginning. I don't know. I wish we could just flip it around where the beginning of the show is where we kind of reach the goal and then it sort of fades later instead of like you're doing the show and then you're just wondering, man, is anybody, interested or... Well, thanks you. That's nice of you, Chris. Anyways, you guys are awesome. Thanks for making that happen. And yeah, you know what, Marty, damn it, I think I might have to have a sip of this thing tonight after this show. All right, anyways, thanks everybody. We'll see you guys tomorrow. And who the hell knows what tomorrow will bring. You know what we should do, though, is every night we just do the regular cases, and then at the end we do a few of these. What do you guys think of that order? We do like, and some nights we might not get to the cold case because there's a lot to cover in some of the new stuff. But let's say that that's kind of what we try to do, is do like regular new missing people or cases in the news, and then at the end we do some cold ones. I know that, people aren't as interested in that, but it's good just to get it out there. All right. Well, thanks, everybody. You guys are awesome. We'll see you tomorrow. And as I always say, until next time, be safe out there. And also, happy Martin Luther King Day tomorrow. That guy was awesome. I think Martin Luther King would be spinning in his grave at some of the stuff that's out there, because he always said, judge not by the color of one's skin, but by the content of your character. So he wasn't for people being, given, special breaks because of the color of your skin or anything like that. I think it was necessary for a while, like affirmative action, like that was sort of necessary just to sort of normalize stuff, but I think it also caused a problem. Because then you wouldn't, I think if you were a minority and you were hired merely because of your skin color, wouldn't that make you feel shitty, sort of? And you'd always be thinking that everybody else was thinking of that. So that's why it's always better when you're hiring it's just merit based. Like whoever the best is gets hired, right? I think that's kind of what Martin Luther King was saying, right? When he said, don't judge by the color of one's skin, but by the content of your character or ability, right? Let's see. Right, I think it's true. That's right, Timothy. That's exactly right. And I think we're at a point now where nobody cares anymore what race you are. And it's like, just, go out and kick some ass, everybody. That's how you do it. Yeah, exactly. Do you want the best doctor to do brain surgery? That's what Charlie Kirk was saying. Like DEI, that's what he was saying. Basically, his argument was, if DEI exists, the person that's going to be doing surgery on you or flying your airplane is a minority, you aren't certain anymore if that was the best person, or was it a DEI hire where you're just trying to fill some quotas. And if there wasn't DEI hiring, then you would assume everybody, oh wow, these guys, everyone's great. You see how that's a problem? It's just, it's weird. I mean, you still have to meet minimum standards, obviously, right? But I want the best. Not like, oh, you fit, you had a minimum standard there. That's great. I think I did a show one time where I did newspapers.com on the Martin Luther King's death. I think I have it out there somewhere where I went and read the articles and how they tracked down the shooter, everything, and where the shot came from. We mapped it all out and everything. I wonder if I have it in there. Is it in there twice? Yeah. I lost a lot of stuff in here one time. What do you guys think about that? What I was just saying. All right, Ginger, we'll be doing the cold cases at the end of the shows. All right, thanks again, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. And as I always say, until next time, be safe out there.
Yeah, I've been doing this true crime thing for quite a while now. And during this whole time, I have not seen one person that is a...
Wasn't it like Sirhan, or is that the one that did Bobby Kennedy?
I'm a certified human lie detector. Gonna get ya on a stretcher if you try and play me like an old projector. Crime sector is my next No, James Earl Ray. That's right. James Earl Ray shot.
And I'm always gonna be a pup protector, fool deflector, interceptor. And I'm meaner than a spectre with a vector.
On his spectre without a spectre.
Just remember I've a temple fucking checker. I have no agenda, I'm no pretender. And I'll serve it to you straight without the blender. And in the end, I'm gonna send ya on a mission to reveal the true offender.
Yeah, so I'll just get right back to work. All right, everybody? Talk to you. Thank you for watching Gray Hughes Investigates on YouTube, where we cover true crime using facts, reason, and common sense to figure out what happens in true crime cases. Thank you very much for watching, and as I always say, until next time, be safe out there.
Bye. See you around.
Good night, freaks.